Woo! Okay, and we're back. Woo! That was fun. I'm working off an old mic, so I sound a little blah. But thanks for
It makes do.
yeah, that was fun. Hardware problems, kablooey. So I got to get a new mic, guys. Go shopping. Got to do some Amazon. Got to
Get Amazon next day delivery.
You know what? I never paid for Express on Amazon. It always comes within like less than 2 days anyway.
Oh, for us, like it would usually take a week to get to us, so we just play Amazon Prime. Comes next day. It's great. I love it.
Sounds good.
Sponsored by Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Okay, let's get going.
Yep.
More than zero things to say about it.
We can discuss sexism and survival situations when I get back.
Then there's all the various ways in which gender is coded throughout the film. Everything from Grant and Sattler's color-coded shirts to the fact that Tim's agency and sense of adventure tend to get rewarded by the narrative, whereas Lex tends to get clobbered.
Where's the goat?
What?
What?
Yeah.
Any of her sense of agency is clobbered by the what?
Oh gosh!
But
what? This is
she
like
saves them though. It's like her passion for hacking saves them because she understands the network and it locks the door. It just.
Well, how does the example of the goat's leg being smacked across the top of the car? How does that represent her being attacked more?
Because sexism. It's a woman.
it's
I don't know either. Okay.
Oh, did you think this was just going to be another glowing YouTube review of a beloved 90s action film? I only asked because I want to know how many nostalgic fanboys are already writing defensive screeds in the comments before I've even said what I actually think. In 2005, author and film critic Joshua David Bellin published Framing Monsters, Fantasy Film and Social Alienation, in which he gives a gendered analysis of Jurassic Park. Basically, a close reading of the film that focuses on how it frames, codes, and editorializes gender. And he comes out swinging. Jurassic Park represents the patriarchal family as threatened and besieged by monstrous women, while at the same time seeking to resolve the threat and
But
absolve
they're
the
no
father
longer
by
all
collapsing
women.
ideology into
Because some of them have changed genders because of the single-sex environment and the bullfrog DNA.
And even if that's the case, so what?
Yeah, it's they're dinosaurs. They're not exactly. Do you really think that they thought this deep into like a film that no one's gonna fucking notice this? It's like, oh,
seriously?
what we're gonna do? We're gonna secretly encode sexism into our film by having all the females be dinosaurs. Like what?
I never thought of the dinosaurs as being monstrous women. I don't think that ever crossed my mind.
No, they're just dinosaurs.
they're just monsters. The fact that they are female is irrelevant.
Well, it's not totally irrelevant because the whole
To a
thing was
reading-
like, oh, yeah, well,
to a reading of the
irrelevant to
film.
gender politics.
Yes, it is irrelevant to a feminist reading. What it is okay. Animals that are male are generally more aggressive than animals that are female.
Actually, in dinosaurs, women, the females are actually bigger.
Oh. Really? Okay.
And I suppose when defending the nest, they could also be more violent. But hey, it's made very clearly though that the reason why they're all female is because they don't want them to breed.
I guess you could have just made them all male, and it wouldn't have made that much difference.
Mm.
So they just arbitrarily chose female.
Here's a super chat from Lieutenant Colonel Tanya van de Grushev, and we lost it because of the stream. It was ha ha ha. So yeah, this is pretty much what we were laughing at. I don't know why my computer crashed at that exact moment, but yeah.
to biology. Basically, Bellin argues that Jurassic Park is a coded call to suppress female reproductive autonomy, and for men to take their rightful, natural places as heads of the patriarchal nuclear family.
Hey, whoa, slow down there. Whoa.
Okay, so when you're focusing on this guy, his whole arc, pretty much by the end of the film, is that he learns to like the children. That is what he ends up learning. That's his change in character. what has that got to do with putting him at the head of the patriarchal family? He's not the head of the family. He's just likes kids by the end of it. And they're not even a family. It's like, okay, you have the granddad, you have the 2 grandchildren, and these 2, that's a couple. You have the mathematician and a lawyer. That's not a family.
And arguably, these children could have been dogs or any other creature, and he would have bonded with them because they were being nearly eaten by dinosaurs. I think you'd be familial with anyone who survived with you all this time.
Just why? Why does people? That's my question. It's
Let's
just
read
like,
into it.
and that's a really skewed, weird reading too.
It is.
That's like, wow, you have to really stretch for that one.
Argues that both the narrative and the camera work prioritize male vision, male thought, and male agency. Women are belittled, mocked, and even punished for attempting same. Sure, men might.
So are all the men.
Okay, Hammond. Hammond
More
is
men-
wrong in this story, and he has shown that he is wrong by a woman. So what? What's the point?
Hammond is proven is wrong.
Yeah. So how is this a patriarchal film? What is this?
Yeah, also, here's the thing. Well, no, I don't. Well, Trump is an idiot, but here's the thing. She's out-argues Hammond. Hammond is shown within the film to be delusional.
Yeah, he believes he
He's-
can control it, and he can't.
Yeah, he believes he just wanted to create something real, but she tells him, you haven't created anything real. They're mutated frogs. It's just, and it's like, no, they are not punished
So
for
it's still an illusion,
being
and the illusion
invented.
is the control.
Yeah. And more men die in this film than women. Shock.
Do any women die in this film?
No. The only ones that die are dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are just animals anyway, and most of the things that kill dinosaurs are other dinosaurs. Like the T-Rex kills the 2 raptors.
And if this is an example of the patriarchy, and this is the patriarchal figure, well, he screws everyone over. He gets lots of people killed, and he's wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
might cause all the problems in Jurassic Park, but they're also the ones who fix them. And what's more, they're the ones the
No.
problems are supposed to be fixed
No.
for.
No,
If on
that
the
is
one hand-
factually wrong.
Okay,
That is-
so the doors being locked, that was fixed by the little girl. The power being turned on, that was by the woman. Or the power turned on and the reset of the whole thing. It was when a man. This isn't gendered.
But even if the men solve those problems, how is that bad to women? How is that bad?
Considering it's the men fixing their own problems, if you're looking at it through this guy's bullshit eyes.
I'm just trying to.
What's wrong with
What would he
fixing their own
prefer?
problems?
What's the alternative? If the men are solving the problems, what happens if the women solve all the problems? Is that a good thing or a bad thing, and why? Just saying men solves problem X, second man solves problem Y. It's like, yes, and is there a good reason why a woman couldn't do it? If there is, then who cares? If it's actually shown in the film that the woman could have done it, but the man took advantage, or the man was the first one at the door, or whatever, then again, who cares?
Yeah.
Why does it matter in the first place?
Yeah. Toasty Danny. Guys, Pokemon is just how fascism in the post-apocalypse works.
Yeah, after Jurassic Park releases all the dinosaurs.
I guess so.
Film presents men as prideful violators of the natural order. On the other, it celebrates the right of patriarchy to rule a female world depicted as chaotic and unpredictable.
No. I'm calling bullshit on that. No.
I am like, that is like Wow.
Where's the female world of
I don't-
chaos and
I guess the
unpredictability?
dinosaurs.
I think it
Dinosaurs?
isn't even
What?
presenting men as the prideful violators of the natural order. It's just it's humans. It's just humans by their very nature. And even then, it's about no, fuck this. There's no point arguing this fucker.
This. Well, it's just so wrong and weird. They're animals, and besides, they're gender fluid anyway because of the frickin' frog DNA. So what is the point?
And to be fair, this is not the actual YouTuber. This is the book he's referencing.
True, but he's
like it's factual.
he's citing something idiotic. Like this is idiotic. Like this is stupid. This is way. It's like sometimes a film is just a film and a banana is not a wiener.
No, obviously all bananas are wieners.
Clearly. Clearly, at least to these crazies.
Well, that's bad. But does it actually track? Part 2. Men are from Mars,
Thank you.
women
That's
from
bad,
the
but Cretaceous.
Cretaceous.
Does it
In
track?
essence, Jurassic
Okay,
Park
wait,
is a story.
Pause. So he's saying, wow, that's bad, but let's see if it tracks. So he doesn't totally agree with it? Then what were you wasting
I
your
think
time?
he's about to break it down right now.
Okay, let's...
I hope so.
I hope he disproves it because that's stupid. That stuff was stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of silly to have a part 1 where you question the validity of part 1 and say, hey, let's see if that works in part 2. It's like, what? No, answer it in part 1.
Yeah, like if I was to do, like, say, is a conqueror character a colonialist, I would say flat up at the beginning, no, to state my thesis statement. Say, no, this guy is factually not, and here are the reasons why.
You wouldn't say, point 1, maybe, let's find out in point 2.
No, I would be like, no, it's flat not. This is a ridiculous statement.
About an island full of female dinosaurs that are recreated by a team of almost exclusively male scientists who were subsequently put in danger when the dinosaurs did the two
How do you
things
know they're
we're not supposed
exclusively
to-
male? How do you know? Because you don't even see the whole science team. We see one scientist and a couple people working on it. And hell, if I go into the film right now on Netflix, I'm willing to bet there's at least one female scientist in the background. That just isn't focused on. Okay, I'm actually going to go to the scene that this is referencing for the scientists.
Okay, I'm going to go answer a super chat. Lancelot652, thank you, sir. I think he means bad, as in it shouldn't be like that in the movie.
I guess. Like, he's saying, like, that's bad if that is correct.
Right. But this is from a person he actually probably agrees with because he's actually read this crazy book.
Okay, there is an Asian female scientist in the documentary at the beginning.
Not that that's
Well, they're not exclusively male, then, are they?
not that that proves anything aside from there's actors in the background, but I mean, they have people working at this facility. I'm sure there's a few females there.
No. He specifically says that, and it's exclusively male scientists, and he makes a point of that, and they're not exclusively male, so therefore they're not exclusively male scientists.
to do. Read and break free. As Bellin
There's
puts
another
it,
one in the background.
abdication of the
Oh, look, there's another female.
And another quote from this book.
I love
The,
this.
the abdication of the
men's
patriarch.
trifling and reproduction outside the nuclear unit has loosed a band of screeching harpies who rend and tear those foolish enough to court them.
What? Does this even warrant a rebuttal?
Are the screeching harpies the dinosaurs?
Yep,
Why
pretty
did you
much.
say dinosaurs? Why
Well,
use
I
another
think
euphemism? Like, what is the point?
I don't know. Well, it's probably like because he wants to. Okay, maybe it's that he's using the euphemism because he's
allowed to say.
Well, he's probably just saying harpy because he's being super metaphorical, I guess. he's saying, okay, the not having a guy there or whatever, and trifling with reproduction outside of the family unit of a mommy and a poppy looses a band of harpies that kill anybody who want to corral them.
I'm not
I guess
following
that's
that.
like that. That's what he's saying. That's what he said. That's the best interpretation I can have, because he's using a ton of really like elevated and fancy vocabulary. It's just when you put the thoughts together, they don't make sense.
So there's female dinosaurs who are the screeching harpies who rend and tear. So I'm guessing the velociraptors or whatever. Those foolish enough to court them, meaning humans who want to befriend them.
Who wants to befriend a dinosaur in this film? I don't think anyone wants to befriend
Oh,
a dinosaur.
Well, not the meat eaters at least, but I mean,
Or the coda guy. Well, he's not a befriend. He just doesn't think one of the threat.
And then gets eaten horribly, and it's hilarious.
Just because he misconstrues what could be a threat.
Yeah. Then he gets spat in the face, and then it gets into his car and eats him horribly, and it's hilarious.
okay, this is
Obviously, patriarchy.
But
Enter Alan Grant, a man who wants nothing to do with kids at the start of the film, which is then presented as his one great flaw.
Oh, Ellie looked noisy.
It's not a flaw.
It's not a flaw.
it's not a flaw, it's just a personality quirk, and then he learns, oh, maybe after, like, these kids, they aren't so bad. It's just, it's a character arc. It's not like an arc it just changes his perspective. It's not his one flaw. His flaw, I can't really think of any, like, flaws that Alan Grant has, but this isn't, like, the sort of movie where, like, the characters are deeply flawed. Like, these guys are meant to be the voice of reason versus...
Hammond is very flawed.
Yeah, Hammond is very flawed, but it seems like the scientists are saying, please listen to reason. This is a dumb idea. This is a lot of
scientists are the ones which are supposed to be rational in this film. And hey, Glib, you can come watch the retardedness of this video with us.
Am I here? Am I in?
Yep, you're in.
I've been having internet problems.
Jurassic Park, this entire time, has been a subliminal message to us to say that women want to come and destroy the patriarchal family, and the women are monsters, apparently.
They are, though. That is all true. I wrote this video, directed by Ryan Johnson.
This is going to get better, I swear, guys.
Why do I feel... I don't think I don't know if that's the case, considering what we've seen already.
It depends on what you classify as better.
Well, it's going to probably get crazier as things goes on. Like, he's probably saving his nuttier points. Points for later.
Like, Glib, you've missed a lot, unless you've been watching.
Oh, yeah? I haven't been able to. My internet has been weird since this morning.
Oh, you've missed some treats. Some amazing
sights to show you.
Yes. Yes. I hope he brings out more quotes from that stupid book. They've been amazing.
Excellent.
So here we have the character flaw of Hammond, who doesn't like kids.
Oh,
this isn't
Grant.
Hammond.
Messy.
Grant.
Oh, Grant, sorry.
Alan Grant. Yeah.
They're expensive. Cheap. They smell.
In fact, a disinterest in children reads as almost every male character's major flaw. Gennaro might be a greedy, profit-minded lawyer.
We're gonna make a fortune with this.
Hammond doesn't hate
the kid.
children. They're his fucking grandchildren. He does what the fuck
has
he
them.
want?
He has them there.
He brings
Because
them
he
there.
wants. This is probably like the first time in a while that he's seen them. He's probably been preoccupied with, like, making this park work as best he can, and now he's bringing his grandkids because he's saying this will be both a great opportunity to see my grandkids and show off the park.
Yeah, get a child's perspective on what the park is. Because they'll have a different perspective, because the main target audience is children.
So, Okay, like let's Gennaro, I guess, is disinterested in kids. Like, he has to go to the bathroom. He just runs to the bathroom and locks the
He
door.
doesn't even particularly hate the kids. He just tells the kids to, stop fucking with expensive equipment because he cares about money. Because he has the night vision goggles, and that's the only time I can think of that he explicitly does anything negative towards kids.
And then he just runs out of the car because he needs to go to the bathroom. Like, his pants are down.
No, because he's scared. He pissed himself.
Oh, that too.
And quite literally shot
too.
himself.
That too. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that he literally crapped his pants.
And that's why he needed to go.
Yeah.
It's to the T-Rex that he's finally punished in the narrative. Malcolm fares at least slightly better. He comes off as a total cad in the first half of the film, who leaves a trail of unsupported children in his wake.
Got any kids? Me? Oh, hell yeah, 3. I love kids. Anything at all can and does happen.
Who at least partially redeems himself.
That doesn't
by trying
prove
to
that
distract
he's
the
disinterested.
That's not him redeeming himself, because it's negative in the film. If he didn't do that, then the T-Rex would have gone away. It would have pissed off. That's not a redemption.
He's making a very dumb decision.
So talking in the first part about kids and kind of flirting is a bad thing, and scaring off a T-Rex with a flare is a good thing.
He wants to try and be brave, and in order to do that, he does exactly what Grant just did by running with the flare and throwing it. But he does the one fault thing Grant didn't do. He kept running, which meant he was then the prime motion the dinosaur was following, which meant it kept following him, and he nearly got himself killed, and then ended up getting the lawyer killed. This guy's a fuckwit.
To the kids. As Bellin notes, Malcolm doesn't die, he merely suffers a broken leg. Enough to lay him up for a while and perhaps afford him time to atone for past indiscretions.
What past indiscretions?
It doesn't really totally say. He's a flirt, and he's got 3 kids. So he's just a ladies' man, and we don't know whether he's supporting them or not. It's not mentioned.
Well,
Probably is,
he probably
considering he's
has
rich.
to support them. Yeah.
He's pretty. He looks like he's pretty rich. He dresses pretty swanky.
I wouldn't say rich. Probably has just enough money.
Or at least like he's.
I think it's also referenced he's been with a lot of women as well.
Yeah, but that's not a transgression. He hasn't done anything bad.
No, but to this guy,
maybe
playing the field is obviously a transgression.
Yeah.
Then there's Nedry. Poor, subcontracted Nedry. Like, ask me sometime how a union could have saved Jurassic Park. A man who's consistently codified as a smutty teenager.
Look at this workstation. What a complete slump.
Barely capable of fathering children, much less raising them. I actually kind of love Bellin's reading of Nedry, though. In an
Nedry's
enactment
not
of
supposed to be a good character.
What?
What do you mean, poor Ned? He causes the entire problem with the film.
Look at the quote. In an enactment of the Teenage Boys Wet Dream Awards, Fear Nedry meets his end at the hands and mouth of a koi belly creature.
I had no idea Newman was a teenage boy's wet dream. That's amazing.
Well, that getting killed by a dinosaur. That's a
being
koi
killed by
frilly
a female dinosaur. Apparently, is what teenage boys have wet dreams about.
A koi frilly creature. Wow, it looks hideous. It's meant to be scary. It's meant to be kind of scary, like a snake. Like the way it moves, like the puppet moves like a snake.
Obviously, teenage boys, they look at those Dilophosauruses and they say, I really want to fuck that.
This book is terrible. This is the worst quote yet. Are you happy you came in for this, Glib?
I'm happy. I'm happy. All my life, I just was trying to protect the patriarchy, and I don't know. I just came really hard while I was doing it. dinosaurs.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Jurassic Restart.
And the funny thing is, there's probably some individuals out there who do like that sort of thing, but I don't think that is
Well,
the
there's
sentiment.
scalies.
It's clearly
so,
not healthy. Like,
There's a
don't-
lot of
like,
different kinds of people out there. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Well,
There's a kink for everything.
Well, at least we are never going to get canceled by saying liking animals is freaking wanting to have sex with animals is a freaking terrible and messed up thing to
Well,
watch.
I wouldn't even call dinosaurs animals, monsters. I just know
Okay.
that people who want to have sex with monsters, I'll take that. That's probably real. Oh, there's people who fuck donkeys and sheep and cows, so why not?
If it's not prehistoric, guys, it's we have standards.
Oh my gosh, Toasty Daddy said, "Don't judge me, okay?"
Maybe this guy watching here, he said he loved dinosaurs. Maybe he loves them a little too much. You never know. Don't diss his porn. Don't kink shame him.
Oh, jeez.
Wet dream and worst fear. Nedry meets his end at the hands and mouth of a coy, frilly creature that turns into a terror in the front seat of a car parked on a ledge evocative of a 1950s era lover's lane.
Oh, God.
Back that up. Back that up. Back that up a little bit. Let me. A
Coy, frilly creature that turns into a
a terror in the front seat of a car. Oh my gosh! This guy is like Major Lee. This is
He's
like
a
what
nut-
Major
no,
Lee showed.
He's more insane than Major Lee. Even
Well, this
Major
is-
Lee wouldn't come up with this.
Okay, like this is as funny as the when Major Lee showed the Raylo porn. That was just as shocking. Because this is just wow, a front seat of a coy and frilly creature. Nedry is not the Diplodocus is not, the Dilophosaurus is not attractive. It's not portrayed as attractive.
Sexy dinosaurs.
There's nothing wrong with pointing out
Dinosaur,
that scene
Tom.
as being indicative of something you might see in a PG-13 rated comedy or something. Yeah, sure, we get it.
Female dinosaur dominatrixes. He's gonna eat you alive. Oh yeah. Well, there's also Vor. That's a thing.
Oh
Right,
no.
So Vor dinosaur scaly porn. There you
Dinivore.
go.
Okay.
terror in the front seat of a car parked on a ledge evocative of a 1950s era lover's lane. Grant, by contrast, is presented as a man who isn't a bad dad so much as a man who needs only to channel his energy into family commitment to bring order to chaos.
What?
No. He just knows because he decides to have a family because he realizes by spending time with these kids that, oh, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. It's as simple as that. Oh, this is so stupid.
He's really,
bizarre.
really reading into this, yeah.
No brain.
You have no skull.
I don't, but I'm a dinosaur.
Somebody got out the chainsaw and grab at the clamps.
It's one big pile of Marmite.
Yep. Ah.
Even at the very start of the film, Grant is consistently characterized as a level-headed, problem-solving go-getter who just needs to direct those energies into rearing children in order to be redeemed. As Bellin puts it,
No!
Flipping wackos is going on here. To be redeemed, you just have to have the baby.
No, that is not a flaw.
Children are redemption.
Children of Men 2, Jurassic Park 4.
Oh my gosh.
This is amazing.
This is the craziest video I've seen so far on this channel. I'll give you that one.
Even
I know, there
worse
was the
than movie
makeup
Bob
video,
or Lee.
but then again, that
Even-
was more just weird.
What about Maggie May Fish?
That's what I was referencing.
Welcome to Child Rearing Park. Yeah, everybody goes to Jurassic Park because it's supposed to stimulate. It's like the romantic getaway to have kids.
Oh my.
Every time you go to the zoo, you want to
Oh,
make
man.
babies. It's just
Okay. so
I wonder.
many
I wonder. Is this what Saurian cinema? So what is this? Is this a Scaly making this video? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah,
Of course.
I wish I could. I need to do my best LiteratureDevil voice for this. So many wombs in Jurassic Park.
So many
Sounds more
wombs
like
in
a
Jurassic Park.
Zulu.
Yeah.
It's very cool, Anakin.
Like,
It'd be very cool, Anakin, if we went into that nest of dinosaurs and got very, very sexy and had the baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Master, you're the one with the crazy scaly fetish.
Yeah. D. Kyle said Michael Crichton is probably rolling in his grave. His novels touch on philosophy and pseudoscientific concept. What the heck is this bull crap?
I have no idea. I
wonder if we went to the director of the film and said, "Hey, look, what do you think of these? This guy here who says all these things."
Steven
Like,
Spielberg. Yeah,
Steven Spielberg. It's like, hey, wait, what? He would have no idea what the hell you're on about because this has got nothing to do with the actual fucking film.
Where was this in the movie?
Yeah,
It's symbolic.
And then this quote. Grant represents the power of the father to negotiate and tame a wild, feminized nature.
Not sure about
Movies in Jurassic Park. I can't.
I think you might be insane.
There's something very disturbing about it. There's just something very disturbing about all this, and I didn't figure it out yet.
I think that Maggie Mae Fish is worse because she's more obnoxious. But this is definitely crazy. This is pretty much as crazy. Like I'm not sure how to parse which is the power of the daddy to negotiate and tame a wild feminized nature.
Yeah, Tyler Preston pointed out, when did LiteratureDevil become George Takei?
Best I can do.
So apparently Grant is going to talk to dinosaurs.
This dinosaur over here.
Or something.
Yeah, I guess.
To negotiate and tame a wild, feminized nature.
What species is this?
You know that scene in the movie where Grant ties two female seatbelt ends together in a helicopter in order to keep himself secure? Most everyone I know.
What? Okay, so him not knowing how seatbelts work.
No.
He
It's
can't
like,
put the male end into the female end. That means he's gay.
No, like I think it's actually
female ends of a seatbelt.
Well, I think it's that. No, it's that the seatbelt itself is made terribly, and it has two inserty ends, and he's calling it.
No. He's what he's done is he's picked up the wrong one from each side, because one is supposed to go for the person next to him, but I don't think there's anyone next to him, so he just ties the two wrong ones together when he's supposed to grab another one and put it into that.
What about the? Where's the thing? I think the seatbelt's just missing it or something, but he's just missing that particular. I can't believe I'm saying it's the wiener end, the phallic end.
Yeah, he's missing. Oh my fucking god! So apparently, him tying to quotation marks female ends of seatbelts means that he's controlling women. Right.
I guess.
Guys, we have reached peak retard. Congratulations. I'm willing to make bets we're probably not going to find one more stupider than this.
Oh, we should watch the Addy Part 2 video together.
Oh boy. So seatbelts don't have genders, but the way it's described. When you have two things that lock together, like a plug or a seatbelt in this instance, the one that points out is described as the male end, and the one that goes in is called the female end. Obviously, penis, vagina, yes. It's kind of stupid, but I guess it makes sense. So anyway, so when you have a plug, it's the male and female end, and it's whatever.
All right, so if you have two prongs, that means that you don't have a grounded line, right? Now, if you have three prongs with the penis on it, then you have a grounding line, and that means you're based, which means that only men can be based. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So Toasty Danny actually has a funny story. Reminds me of an admin claim that Silent Hill series was an allegory about circumcising, and someone sent a tweet to one of the directors who just replied, "WTF?"
If this was done by Pop Culture Detective, it would be about how the patriarchy wants to bring back the past in the form of dinosaurs, monsters that are genetically engineered. It's just like you could just look at it. Apparently, you could just look at anything and just like whatever you brought into the room with you in your stupid brain is in the art somehow. That's what I get from this.
Well, that's because it's a thing called projection, and projection is a magical thing. You can project anything you want
of the patriarchy.
into a film.
Life is not really meaningful. It has no inherent value. So it's a choice about whether or not you want to put on the seatbelt. Like, shut up. It's just for a mechanic. It's a plot mechanic.
So Lancelot 652, thank you, sir. What the F? Gendered seatbelts. I thought it was just a flaw in the seatbelt, nothing to do with gender when I saw the movie. Yeah, we usually use these terms to specify, ports, inserting the actual diodes or whatever you're connecting with, like as Glib was saying, the power cable. So that's just, we use that, but we don't literally mean it that Grant is going to be saving females because he's jury rigging female seatbelts.
Yes.
That's stupid.
Also, it's showing that Visitor Massacre actually brought up a good point. The seatbelts are poorly made, foreshadowing for later how the park has cut a lot of corners. Person, this is about how Grant is a sex wizard.
Yeah, it's insane. This analogy is just so silly with the symbolism to go this far.
It's just the helicopter and the seatbelts are poorly made.
Just like the dinosaurs.
Yes, they didn't put thought into it. And there's 2 seatbelts that don't lock together. That's
it.
What Grant was really thinking is like, I'm going to really show it to these 2 women. And just just looking at these seatbelts like they're actual women. It's like, I'm going to oppress you. Alex Jones' conspiracy theories have more weight than this.
By the way, just so everybody knows, speaking of male and female, if you have, let's say, a situation where you have outlets that are old, that are only 2-prong, and there's no grounding line, that kind of thing, and so you need to plug in a grounded power cable, and you have one of those little adapters that turns the 3 prongs into the 2 prongs. Do not invert that. Okay, do not take a grounded line, put the adapter for the ungrounded line, and then flip it upside down because it actually affects it. So now you have a piece of information that's actually useful to you. Don't switch the wires around, positive and negative. Okay.
It's a movie about sex wizards intended for dinos.
I hope not, but this podcast is a movie about sex wizards, and chat. This is your training program. The longer that you watch the Smudcast, the more powerful you become as a sex wizard. That's a guarantee. And if it doesn't happen, you'll get your money back after you die.
We know for sure that Glib is a sex wizard. He has a girlfriend who loves him very much.
I wish I had a girlfriend. I have a woman who loves me very much, but it's complicated.
Yeah, his Facebook status is complicated.
She's a velociraptor. Let's be honest.
Glib is in love with a velociraptor, confirmed.
Alan.
Ellen.
Yeah. Team, what does he say? Kicked you off the team after she does the spinning trick. Spielberg needs to slow down sometimes. George Lucas gets a lot of shit for his goofiness, but Spielberg needs to get more shit for his. Not in a bad way. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But it is goofy as fuck.
Just kindly ribbing. Just kindly riffing him a little bit.
Yeah. You don't always have to put some sort of goofy joke where it's like you're 12 years old or something, 8 years old. I don't know. I'm glad that not Band of Brothers, Saving Private Ryan didn't have any goofy jokes in it that were Spielbergian.
Sorry.
All right, let's keep on going with this sexual symbolism.
Oh,
There's
I
like
forgot
a
we were doing
coy
that.
foreshadowing as to the fact that an island full of all-female dinosaurs have figured out how to make it work, as it were. But Bellin's got a different
Oh my
interpretation.
God!
He says that-
All these men, these men are going to the sex dungeon with all of the dinosaurs. They're not going to be able to get out alive. Wasn't this the plot of this guy thinks that Jurassic Park is the plot of the Death by Snoo episode of Futurama. They land on the planet and all the women are going to try and mate with them violently. Yes. That's your fantasy, Mr. Video Essayist, not the movie.
I don't think the women or the female dinosaurs figured out how to mate. They were born that way they thought were female, grew up to be male.
No. It's not that they thought they were female. I think they put the way the film explains it, or at least infers, is that they were the way they cut corners was to insert African and bullfrog DNA.
Right. They didn't have the complete DNA set.
So they put African bullfrog DNA in different parts to fill in the gaps. But the problem is that African bullfrogs in a single-sex environment can change their gender. And they didn't take this into account, and the dinosaurs ended up inheriting this ability, or at least that's how it's inferred.
Right.
So that they changed genders in a single-sex environment.
Our understanding of genetics at that point in time was very, very limited. So it's like, that's a really strong reach there. You got to really think about that. It's like, wait a second, you can't just do that. But again, we're talking about Jurassic Park. How do you even get this DNA in the first place? How do you make an entire embryo out of it? That sort of thing. That's fine. So we'll go with that science fiction. That's okay.
Yeah, it's pseudoscience, and it's trying to make sense of something that doesn't make any sense at all.
Dinosaurs are hot. No, wait, they're cold-blooded. I'm confused. So confused.
Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild.
This is now the singing hour. I'm every dinosaur. It's all in me. Okay. Enough of Whitney Houston.
That's the plot of Man of Steel.
This is the plot of Man of Steel. Kal-El is actually 25% bullfrog DNA. That's why he's reacted to Krypton. What is it? The
Kryptonian air.
Kryptonium? Is that what it's called?
Kryptonian air and kryptonite.
Kryptonite. That's what it is. Man, I forgot what kryptonite was. Can you believe that? That's how I know I'm getting old. I'm forgetting things from the beginning. It's like when you're in a video game and it loads up the level of detail. So like only a certain distance loads up, and then the rest of it is like sort of blurry buildings or the like a lower resolution render of an object. That's how I feel about my memories now. I'm out of the range of rendering it. So I'm like, I have to re-render that memory. I don't really remember. Okay.
Then the Z buffer kicks in. Pop. Like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Toasty Danny. You can be gender neutral if you believe.
The book is not a group of female dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think we're going to get past 15 minutes, guys. This is going to kill us.
Let's see if we can do it.
We can do it. Let's
the
do
image
this.
of Grant subduing two recalcitrant sisters by literally tying the knot.
Hey, whoa.
Subduing recalcitrant sisters by tying them together. Oh man.
Subduing two recalcitrant sisters by literally tying the knot is another way that the film's imagery reinforces this heteropatriarchal ideal.
Wow.
Excuse me, sir. You have no brain.
It's like, wow, like that is a giant stretch.
Is he referring to the seatbelts as being recalcitrant?
Yes. They were refusing to do what he wants them to do, but because they are stupidly made. Laughing Cavalier said, "You need to send this to Mahler to cover on EFAP 100. I want his reaction to this."
This is a combination of it's basically Jonathan McIntosh, but with
movie buff's craziness.
I'm trying to think of maybe Just Right. Like maybe. It's
kind of. Well, this feels like the Daddy's video. This feels like Fish. This feels like Maggie May Fish.
Yeah, kind of.
It's not quite as creepy as Maggie May Fish.
He's just as enthusiastic as Just Right, just a little more enthusiastic. Just sort of, I love this thing. Oh yeah.
And way too interpretive.
You're a dinosaur. That's great. Oh yeah.
You're a dinosaur, Harry.
Okay, let's keep going.
Now, it wouldn't be the wildest thing to suggest that a Steven Spielberg film has a certain fascination with fatherhood. And I'll be the first to admit it's even more pronounced in the sequels.
One of the most remarkable constants in the 3 Jurassic Park films released by the year 2001 is that, though they're all about...
Can you pause it really quick? Oh, no, I can pause it, right? Oh, no, you have to pause it. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Steven Spielberg had a really bad relationship with his parents. His parents divorced. He didn't respect his dad for a really, really long time, I think. And that shows in almost every single one of his productions. You can see, what is it? Last Crusade. It's all about the father and the son coming to terms with stuff. E.T. is all about
what's wrong with it.
I'm not saying that this
is... No. I'm asking, like, what does he think is wrong with it, though? What could possibly be wrong with a father and son?
Who? The guy? Who are you talking about? I'm lost. I don't know what.
The guy who thinks that Steven Spielberg's father and son thing is like bad.
I don't think he's saying it's
what?
bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just justifying what he said.
No. Like, this guy is like saying he has a problem with the father element.
I don't think he is. I don't know if he is. Let's play it back and see if he is. It seemed like he's neutral. He just kind of says it.
The wildest thing to suggest that a Steven Spielberg film has a certain fascination with fatherhood. And I'll be the first to admit it's even more pronounced in the sequels.
One of the most remarkable...
I'm just saying it's a common element in all his films.
Yeah. I want to, and like I like being fair, because I don't think that everything that we see all the time is ridiculous. It's just the conclusions are usually ridiculous. They'll start with the premise that's interesting. This, just let me just finish what I was saying, and then we can just move on, because it's not really that relevant. What I think is interesting is that if you look at Steven Spielberg's career and his personal life, you can see a lot of the reasons why he does stuff in his personal life. So the plot of Catch Me If You Can is heavily influenced by how Spielberg reacted to his parents getting divorced and that kind of thing. But then, of course, they reconciled, and then coming full circle, Steven Spielberg's dad is now 103 years old. So very impressive. But it's you have somebody that uses art, and it happens all the time, to get over that. However, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I can't wait to see what the conclusion is going to be. It's going to be something that isn't based on what he just iterated as the beginning. Let's
okay.
Find out.
Here's a super chat from Lieutenant Colonel Tanya van der Gershoff. Thank you. Maggie is at least cute. This guy is. Maggie's kind of okay. She's a good looking girl. She's just really creepy.
Yeah, like she has the face of a serial killer in a lot of ways.
She's enthusiastic too much all the time. It's just like, whoa.
I think we can easily point to a lot of moments within our video where she looks very weird. She pulls some faces, let's say.
It doesn't help when she's actually coloring her face during that. So it's like, okay, that's too much. Lancelot 652, thanks again. This is your brain on feminism. Don't do feminism, kids. I don't know. I think this is beyond feminism. I think this is like, because the guy who wrote this book.
This is pseudosexual analysis.
It's a bunch of things, and it's using a framework as opposed to a lens when you analyze stories. And you're not supposed to do that unless there's a good reason to. And he's going too far. He's reading too much into it, which is not helpful at all. It's so biased and it's so reaching that you just don't know where this guy's coming from and where he's going with it.
Yeah, it's strange. Like, really strange.
Constants in the 3 Jurassic Park films released by the year 2001 is that, though they're all about dinosaur attacks and hairbreadth escapes in one respect, they're all about the creation or restoration of father-centered families in another. And I think Bellin is spot on here. You've got Ian Malcolm trying to rescue his girlfriend and repair the relationship with his estranged daughter in the long.
Okay, slight problem. Spielberg did not return for Jurassic Park 3. That was the Rocketeer and Captain America dude who wrote that. Who did that? So Spielberg didn't really have much to do with it. His daughter was sick, so he had to film a lot of it, direct it via Skype a lot of the time. So at least Lost World. So he had to like put his family first, but he still did something with the film. Oh, Joe Johnson, yeah, that's right. But it's just like
Lost World. And Paul Kirby trying to save his son and, I don't know, low-key get back with his ex in Jurassic Park 3.
I miss fishing.
This is, without doubt, my least favorite thing about any of the Jurassic Park sequels. Their stubborn refusal to explore.
He hates his least favorite part of the Jurassic Park films of the father's relationship.
What? Does this guy have daddy issues too?
I don't.
I have
we know
daddy
that
issues.
Movie Bob and John McIntosh definitely have daddy issues.
Being a
Same with
child was
Ouch.
the worst part of the Jurassic Park experience for me.
Is that kind of that seems to be the common element of all of these people? They all have daddy problems. Like all of these people have daddy problems. Alex Shaw has daddy problems. Movie Bob probably has daddy problems. Like I don't know about Lindsay Ellis, but that might be a possibility considering she's in the same camp as these people. Just Patrick Willems, I don't think so.
Well, those were actors on his. I'm
Oh,
quite
really?
sure
They're
those were
not?
actors.
No, there's actual parents. There's
Oh,
actual
really?
parents.
Oh.
Like he's literally stuck at his parents' house because of quarantine. He just films with them.
Ah.
New themes. Although, to be fair, one of my favorite things about Jurassic Park 3 is that Paul Kirby isn't the main character. It's Alan Fuck You Pay Me Grant.
Here we are in the worst place in the world. We're not even being paid.
But even just restricting the discussion to Jurassic Park, Bellin concludes, the film's moral calculus is thus disarmingly simple. The measure of a man is his fidelity to fatherhood, and the punishments meted out to the male characters bear a direct relationship to that factor.
I mean, except when they don't.
Bellin doesn't talk much about
So you disagree with him? Okay, fine, good.
Okay.
Muldoon, Mr. Arnold, or John Hammond, and for good reason. There's nothing much paternal about any of their fates. They do little to strengthen his argument. Hammond endangers Lex and Tim by bringing them to the island in the first place. But I guess he
But not on
recognizes
purpose.
his hubris in the end, and that
He
means
thought it was safe.
Yeah, he thought it was safe because he's kind of delusional and loves the idea of, let's create this amazing theme park.
Well, it's
I
been
wanna create
going on
something real.
for the past year, I think, that they developed all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got reason to believe that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It's mostly because of friggin' Nedry performing corporate sabotage on him. These people are
he's not marked
insane.
for death. Meanwhile, Muldoon and Mr. Arnold are both mercilessly slaughtered by the Raptors, even though they both seem like competent, proactive, and even fairly selfless guys.
3 minutes, I can have power back on the entire park.
We're gonna have to cut the tour short, I'm afraid.
But enough about the men.
Part 3, the one and only adult female human.
Okay, so part 2 was about what? What was his point?
I don't know. This is low key crazy.
Island full of female
High-key insane.
world depicted as chaotic and unpredictable.
Well, that's bad.
Problematic.
But does it actually track?
Part 2, Men are from Mars.
Women are from the
Nibba.
You don't even bring up women in your part 2, you idiot.
What the hell? Men are from Mars. Women are from the Cretaceous period. What are you saying that men are from the future and women are from the past? Let the past die. Okay, Kylo Ren. Well, gosh.
Look, we're at part 3, like right at the beginning of part 3. You're right there.
Male human. Bellin spends much of his time comparing Dr. Grant to Dr. Sattler, and for good reason. She's literally the only adult female human in the entire film. In the Amber Mine, at the archaeological...
In the background, there are female characters. She's just the only main female character or side character. There's
Who
no...
cares? What the fuck?
Who the hell cares?
It's like, but it's problematic. We need more women in... Shut up! Shut up! It's a movie about dinosaurs. It's a movie about a bunch of people trying to get over the dinosaur thing. Okay? Capiche?
Logical dig in the control room, in the dinosaur birthing chamber, women have, at best, walkthrough roles, while men are in command. Bellin's argument is that Dr. Sattler is there basically just to reinforce Grant's presence and primacy throughout the film. The first sighting of a full-figured dinosaur...
No. Okay, first off, stroke face. She is there to be the botanist. She is there to say that these plants are poisonous. You got them because they look pretty. She's there to point out that Hammond is an idiot. Or at least that Hammond is a very, very delusional man who thinks that he can do a lot of things that he really can't.
For example, is insistently, even aggressively, granted to him. Having first spotted the brachiosaur, he rises from the jeep, removing his sunglasses, while Sattler, too busy fussing over a plant to notice that there's something much bigger happening in the field, needs to have her head turned by the force of her partner's hand.
And also
before
want to point out that she stuck her hand in shit to try and figure out why the dinosaur was thinking. And she's independent of the others because she went off by herself and the rest of them buggered off. Well, you know, while she was still looking at the Triceratops, which why they get separated. So she has her own independence. Like, she does what she ever wants to do.
This is a very strange thing to say of someone not paying attention to a living, breathing dinosaur 100 meters away from you.
Yeah, she's too more interested in looking at these plants. So what? She's interested in looking at plants. You have no argument here. You have no evidence.
You are just saying things. You're saying...
As the sequence concludes, Sattler appears slightly out of focus behind Grant, snuggling up to him and confirming his authority of vision in the reflected glow of what she can only...
Oh, dear.
Oh, what?
Is she snuggling up to him or is she just behind him?
These are two people who've never seen a dinosaur before, and they're freaking out.
Also, he's talking. You shouldn't, like, usually when somebody is talking, and he just says, they move in herds. They do move in herds. And the thing is, they're basically dating. They care about each other. That's why they're talking about having kids. Just
guy's an idiot.
Yeah, this guy clearly doesn't understand the fact that, like, and also, like, she's not, it's, the nice thing is we don't really see this very often where we see, like, comfortable adult relationships where they're just calmly in a relationship and, like, kind of just been through, like, the middle stage, and now they're just comfortable with each other and just bouncing off of each other.
Apparently they have to have sex. I mean, that's the only way you're going to figure this out, guys.
Yeah, apparently. Whereas, well, they were talking about having kids. Like she said, I kind of want to have kids. Not a kid like that little idiot. But how high can Dunn's voice go? Well, it can go pretty high, don't you think?
Oh, dear.
That's terrible. That was whoever posted that in chat. I don't know. I don't know you. If I see you in public, I'm not going to look at you. No.
Oh, come
You're a terrible
on,
person. I want to be a friend.
Oh, come on, honey. It wasn't that bad.
Hey, but now, how low can you go now? How low can you go? Can you go to the flow? Can you get down low? No.
What?
Meat's back on the menu.
Dinosaurs back on the menu, boys.
Where are the other drugs going?
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
wearing
understand.
monkey pants.
Batman, I can't understand you.
You done broke my glasses, Dr.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can get to 15 minutes, I guess. This video is so
We've only been doing this
it's
for an hour,
incoherent.
technically. We've only been doing this for an hour.
I know, and I cannot focus on what he's saying because he's like, it's like women, something about female, male, not enough. Laura Dern in the walk on dinosaur eggs, right? Okay.
I guess. It's freaking
So
weird.
this is a wonderful part of cinematography where you actually see the two people, and one is having a dominant relationship with the other because they're in focus, or I don't know, something like that. Anyway,
I'm so confused.
Bask. Okay, so Sattler's point of view definitely takes a backseat to Grant's in this scene. He's the guy we're supposed to be viewing the scene through. The film employs very specific filmic language to make that clear. But then we don't spend much time with Malcolm in this scene, or Gennaro, or Hammond. They each get 1 or 2 shots apiece. Sattler, meanwhile, stays with Grant for the entire sequence. From the first shot of the Brachiosaur to the final shot of the scene, she's only excluded from a single camera setup that includes Grant. But I bet I know what Bella...
oh god.
Oh, I don't care.
Let's count the number of shots a person's in a scene. Okay, here we go.
Also, the thing is, he is more the dinosaur guy than she is. She's the botanist. It makes total sense.
They're the two main characters in the story, I believe.
Yeah. Also, just
I'm not sure what the point is, yeah.
I don't know what the point is either.
It's a well-shot series of scenes, so I don't see why counting the number of shots the people are in that determines something, but okay.
He's blown away by this, and she is supporting him. Like, she's noticing, oh my gosh, honey, your theory is true, and also, like, this is a great moment for him, and she's, like, letting him drink it in.
Why does shots matter? So, like, the cinematography, it's like saying sometimes a red curtain is just a red curtain. You see the person over there, it's like, oh, well, the red curtain is supposed to symbolize, it symbolizes the blood and the guts and the gore and the horrible red fire, which is going to die. It's like, what the fuck? Maybe it's just a red curtain. It's like, oh, well, you don't see because you're not wearing my lenses.
Mr. Patalchu says, will he bring up the male gaze thing? I'm worried. I don't think he will, because there's not really
many sexual parts in this.
Well, there's no there's no sexualization of any of the women in this film, like, at all.
Well, unless you're talking about the dinosaurs, then clearly
they're always naked all the time.
Yeah,
they're always naked, sexy female dinos.
Well, he kind of did already make the thing of first a coy and frilly thing, then comes in and kills a guy.
that was the Newman scene where the rocking of the Jeep. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
Oh my gosh! The rocking of the thing is meant to be a comedy thing of rape.
Toasty Danny said he's counting the shots. Oh no, he's 80 chat. He's counting the shots, guys. No, don't take us back there.
Oh my gosh! This is so bad. This guy is an idiot.
Ellen would say to that.
You say
it's not
retard.
if she's included in the scene, but how. Always behind Grant, following his lead.
Oh my
slightly out
god,
of
this is
focus,
really
basking.
is reading too much into this.
Because she's the botanist.
No.
She's not as into it.
He's gonna selectively get shots where she's physically behind him. Where I'm sure there is at least one shot in this film where she is physically closer to the camera. I'm willing to bet. I will actually bet money on this.
I want to see where he goes with this. This is kind of getting weird.
Oh no, he's trying to say that she's always in the background behind him.
So he's the main character. A, he's the main character. B, dinosaurs mean slightly more to him than her because she's a botanist. Like, her field.
We've already explained this. We don't need to keep going with this.
In his
No, we've still
reflective
got
glow,
50 minutes
Bellin's
to go.
point is that Sattler's only here to reinforce Grant's masculine primacy. And he might
Hell
be
yeah.
onto
His manually masculinity. Manhood.
Man, man.
Manta ray.
Anogamy.
Doctor, watch me flex as I look at this dinosaur. Look, get behind me. Okay, all right.
Well, that's why Jeff Goldblum took his shirt off so much, or they made him extra sweaty. Because this is actually not Jurassic Park. It's
Jeff
Mantastic
Goldblum,
Park.
Go run around on the spot for a couple minutes, and then we're gonna film you.
Welcome to Jurassic Park, where we make historical gains. Watch me lift this.
Watch me get all
Wait,
shut.
let me take my shirt off first. Okay. all right.
Hammond just shows up. He's all yoked, like what do you call it? Uncle Iroh at the end of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
He's been training with the apple in his mouth. He's like, watch me wrestle this dinosaur. Fighting dinosaurs. Like, oh, come here. All right. No, sorry. Jurassic Park is actually not about that. It's just about a bunch of stock characters that are trying to deal with a terrible situation that unfolds. Wow, the hubris of man. It's not that complicated.
Well,
Spielberg movies are not complicated.
Certain Restoration would technically be Jurassic Park 6 since the Jurassic World movies exist.
Jurassic Universe.
Yep. I hope that that third movie never gets made. It looks, the premise of the ending of the second one is so awful.
They're terrible movies.
This is Jurassic World, guys.
Jurassic
We're
World.
planning this.
I don't know how the first Jurassic World movie made a ton of money. Like,
It's the
opening
Force
weekend.
Awakens of Jurassic Park.
Oh no, it's way worse. It gets way stupider than Force Awakens. Like, Force Awakens is stupid, but Jurassic
Well, no,
World
but I think it's a good analogy because it's a reboot where it just ignores everything that came before. And it's like, hey, here's more of the same, guys.
So bad.
Hey, don't you like nostalgia? Let's beat you over the head with nostalgia, while also being a really shitty and poorly made film.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 minutes till 15, so I don't know. Are we gonna make it? Oh,
we can do this. We can
We've only
defeat
been going
this.
for an hour, so.
I mean, it's not like this dynamic is
feels
flipped
like
anywhere else in the movie, right? Right?
God creates dinosaurs. God destroys
oh my God, she's in the front seat. Oh, it's been flipped.
Oh, you see, in this, it's trying to show how. I can't persuade the narrative, guys. I can't make up a narrative.
Technically, Grant is on the most right side of the car, so he's actually in the lead now. You go from right to left. How much do we read into this, guys? I don't know.
We can do this. We're grown men.
God creates
We're
man.
stronger than this video.
Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.
Oh, it's so funny. Haha.
Okay, well, now here's a shot of Sattler busting Malcolm's nads about his use of patriarchal language, and now Grant's the one who's out of focus in the background. And see how the camera follows her movement at the end of the shot, affirming her vision, prioritizing.
Are you joking now? Is this a joke?
I don't think so.
Is he doing a voice?
It's the earth.
Okay, well, now here's a shot of Sattler
That's a voice. That's not his normal voice, right?
busting Malcolm's
it is.
nads about his use of patriarchal language, and now Grant.
Oh my God, patriarchal language, dude.
And see how the camera follows her movement at the end of the shot, affirming her vision, prioritizing
Yeah.
her perspective. And when you start to look for it, you'll find it
Affirming?
Sattler.
She's the one talking, you idiot.
Wow, what is it with these people? Like they have no brains. It's just like, okay, I read a fucking social studies book or whatever these stupid ass people read, and then they translate it to be like, I see it now. I see the hidden message. I am now enlightened. And then they want to report to us what they came back with. And because we don't have their stupid coding and their indoctrination, it's like, what are you talking about? Patriarchal language? What? The hell are you talking about? And it's like you're trying to make an issue about male female perspective in the Jurassic Park movie about dinosaurs. None of the characters actually matter. How about that? It's like, here are the people that are going on this theme park ride with us. Who do you identify as? Do you identify with the woman? Do you identify with sexy Jeff Goldblum? Do you identify with the main protagonist, dinosaur scientist man, who's sort of the opposite of Hammond, but similar to Hammond?
Obviously,
different ages, or the kids? Or do you identify with my wife, the Velociraptor, which is the correct choice?
That needs to be a TV show. My wife, the Velociraptor.
Do. Hello, dear. Yes, dear. I'm home.
Honey, I'm home.
Dinosaur house.
There's perspective is actually sort of emphasized like all throughout the film. Oh, but Bellin doesn't ignore Sandler's perspective. On the contrary, he feeds it right back into his thesis. Formal film analysis is absolutely obsessed with the gaze. Where people look, when, who gets to, and how are all critical factors.
I heard that as the gaze. I did not hear that. Film is obsessed with gaze. I was like, well, it's kind of true nowadays.
George the guy.
So, okay.
Hello.
But okay. I'm trying to get my brain together because that was stupid. Okay. Sometimes it is not. Sometimes just a shot is following the person talking. It doesn't have any philosophical meaning at all. It just is.
We just didn't see it, and this film is secretly extremely sexist.
No, that's me.
Oh, we didn't see you and you're extremely sexist?
Yes.
Guys, we have to cancel Glib.
I am, but you didn't hear me. I'm reverse sexist. I'm against men because men have been holding down women and dinosaurs historically. I'm part of the Dinosaur and Female Liberation Front. We have
well, that obviously means that you can't be cancelled because you are a male dinosaurist.
No, it's too late. We've announced the Jurassic Park Autonomous Zone, and only dinosaurs and people of color are allowed in. Just so you know, so you're all banned.
Trying to determine what a film communicates. Bellin does well to highlight the primacy of vision throughout Jurassic Park. There's a near constant emphasis on who's looking, what's being seen, and what power dynamics those looks are communicating.
Oh, really? Really? A movie is all about who's looking at what and seeing their reaction? Really?
That's good cinematography to make things look good.
That's every single movie ever made, by the way. Is you see what a character is looking at, and then you see their face, or vice versa.
The patriarchy.
Oh yeah, there's patriarchy in when we have a focus on his face, and then we push focus to the background where something is coming after him, surprising him. Yeah, but most of this is just mechanistic. It's just material. It's what does Spielberg like to do? I mentioned it in my video because Patrick Willems loved to talk about it. What Spielberg likes, and you'll see it over and over again in his work. Somebody will say something, or there'll be an event that's really impactful. And then the character that's intended to have a reaction to that content, they'll right before they'll have their reaction, they'll just be standing there looking at whatever's happening, and the camera will be in like a medium shot or a wide shot. And then as soon as the event happens and plays out, or the sound effect or whatever, the camera will then it'll dolly forward. It'll actually physically move into a close-up shot of the person's face, and then they'll have their reaction. And what that is the motion of the camera is supposed to supply emphasis. It's supposed to give it extra thrust. If it was just the still camera and someone reacting, it wouldn't have nearly as high an impact as if I push right in on the face.
No. You're just sexist.
And then when I, as the director of photography, am focusing, and I go to the woman and I go, wow, what a pretty woman. I want to photograph that. I go, no, actually, I forget, because the more time that I give to women in this film, the less time the patriarchy has to rule. Everything I need to do has to support man and manhood and our oppression of women. So I'm going to focus on the other character. Yeah, that's genius. Brilliant. Good point, Shiny.
Cool Bean said, if only I had longer arms, I could reach more.
That's pretty funny.
Tyler Preston also says, want to hear more stupid chud logic? Shiny's evil twin said, Call of Duty is a recruitment tool for the military. I can't remember if we defined my evil twin as...
I would believe that, though. Like, it makes sense that Call of Duty...
Is my evil twin Hello Greedo, or is it just some other British guy who's supposed to be my evil twin?
No, he's that joke is just because he's crazy. There's no... I think we went over this. There's no direct, like, connection. It's not like...
Who are they talking about, though? That's
talking about Sheep in a Box, right?
Oh, Sheep in a Box, okay.
I
remember because I based myself all around Star Wars. So I was like, who the fuck's he talking about when he talk about evil clothes? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No, it's supposed to be just because I'm British.
Yeah, it's just because you're British. Yeah.
Hey, Glib, you're American, and LiteratureDevil's American, so obviously you're related.
Yeah. But what's funny about that? What's funny about that is like, you know, there are anti-me's running around, that kind of thing. I would agree that they're, you know. Jack Saint is probably
you have evil cowboys?
my opposite. No, like, some guy that's not American and doesn't really know anything about film and thinks everything is subjective. It's kind of the opposite of me right there.
So Jack Saint's your evil twin.
Yeah, yeah, basically, and I think that's the reason why he pisses me off so much. Yeah, or Harris, but I think Harris is more reasonable. I'm just gonna go on an aside real quick. I actually, I'm not a like H Bomber Guy fan, but I looked at the list of videos to see if I wanted to cover something on my channel, and I realized a lot of this stuff, well, it's like has this kind of hyperbolic Jon Stewart humor-esque kind of thing. His video ideas and what he's trying to say is much more reasonable and on the scale. So I put him all the way like on one side of the scale with his video essays. And then you have this kind of video essay that we're going over that this is beyond. All right, let's say before we get here, as we go further left into insanity, let's say, we have Jonathan McIntosh, who's really good at making propaganda arguments, you know, and then you have people that go further out and they haven't learned the right rhetoric yet that locks in the message. So people like the Sheep guy or whatever that are saying Call of Duty is a recruitment tool for the military. They haven't figured it out yet. Renegade Cut is the perfect vector that we're talking about, where it's obvious to anybody with history that he's full of shit, basically. But then at the same time, he's delivering it in a way that is conducive enough to getting the message across. It's the logical, reasonable side of it. That's the scale for me. And on Smudcast, I've been exposed to some of the most insane people on this side of the spectrum. And because of that, before we move on, I just wanted to say this one Twitter tweet that I sent to all the boys in Smudcast. I think chat needs to know this. Joe Rogan is trending on Twitter right now because, and get this, John Kasich is endorsing Joe Biden. Okay, which is like, what? So Joe Rogan is trending, and I'm scrolling down the tweets just as we're listening to this video. And I run into Maggie Mae Fish, and I don't know if it's Twitter listening to my microphone or whatever and trying to organize it, but she's got 10,000 likes on this tweet, and the tweet is, "Sorry, I don't know who Joe Rogan is. I have a lot of sex." And I was just like, remember what I was just saying, where the message, how people will go, okay, I can. If it's a Trojan horse of misinformation, how you can get around the security measures of someone's mind or convince somebody to listen to something like, you know how the news talks like this, and because they all talk like this, it sounds like they have an authority, and they don't. They're just doing a voice. You know what I mean? So Maggie Mae Fish, her saying, "I have a lot of sex. I don't know who Joe Rogan is." She thinks that that's like an own, and apparently 10,000 people do. But it's like that is not the right way that you're supposed to tell that joke. So that's what on this video, and the reason why I feel like I'm going crazy is this person is so desperately trying to do something feminist with Jurassic Park, but Jurassic Park has almost nothing to do with gender and almost nothing to do it's not about humans, it's about science. So all of this weird extrapolation, I think that it's very interesting when people have this sort of perspective. I think that it says more about them than it does about the content. Because how many people are speaking about their perspective on the content, and how many people are actually talking about the content? That's why I'm here on this, because we like to talk about how things are done. Not, if I imagine if I said to Dunn, I think your books are bad because I don't like the genres that you write in, like that kind of shit, or I think that your bias or something is bad. It'd be like, what? So now we can't, like, what does that have to do with anything? It has nothing to do with executing a mechanic in a given art thing, right? So I know I'm ranting, but the point is that all of these people that are saying this, the more interesting question that I have while I'm listening to a video like this, and sometimes when I'm watching Maggie May Fish, is not their explicit point. It's not their propaganda point. It's why they think that it's appropriate to do this. What is it that they thought was a good idea about making a video about gender in Jurassic Park? Think about it. It comes from, and this is the end of what I'm gonna say. I think that in this, the guy went, oh, they're a bunch of men and they're making eggs and stuff. That's totally men trying to control female gender and sexuality. This is a great idea for a video. And then he went and did the video and realized, wait a minute, there's actually not that much stuff here. Oh shit. I'm going to go point by point every single shot and every single line and look for as much gendered language and he says patriarchal language, which isn't, I don't even think that's a propaganda term, but it's a great one. The idea that our male language, our mansplaining, is patriarchal language. So I think that this is one of those like extra super reaches. You know what I mean?
Well, Glib, you're a patriarchal cowboy, so...
Plus, these aren't even his ideas. These are someone else's book that published this review, and he's just using it and talking about it.
I'm pretty sure that cowboys are not hierarchical. Like wandering cowboys.
Still patriarchy then, man.
Damn it. All right, I lose again. I can't win. I can't win in this game of intersectionality. I lose every time. I was born with losing traits. Shit. Okay. Well, anyway, back to how him calling the lizard that's going to kill him a woman is somehow sexist or something.
And to sum up Bellin's argument, when men look, they do it to gain agency and affirmation.
Absolutely. Men look to gain affirmation. When I look at you, just understand I'm trying to have agency over you. I'm trying to gain it. I lose it every time I don't gaze at something with my Mussolini expression.
Well, that's just because you're a fascist.
I love this man that they're constructing. I wanna know what it's like to be this ideal anti-feminist patriarchal man. Like what do they what does that guy look like? Is it just the most fascist imperialistic man of all time? Is it Julius Caesar? But is it okay? So the I guess the perspective is, I'm a feminist princess trying to fight for freedom and stuff, and for all the hated people, and dad government is trying to control everything, and trying to take over my friend's backyard and stuff. And like, you could probably write 1,000 Disney movies off of that premise, and women would love it. Like, we could make $1 billion right now if we got a CGI studio from the Philippines or something like that, and we wrote a story about what feminists want. We could probably make a lot of money off of them. What do you think, chat?
Oh, probably.
Get back to
definitely.
Me.
I wouldn't be doing what Disney's doing, making money off of politics.
Yeah, if you guys want to do a mock version of that, we still need to finish our Star Wars thing. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, this is just insane. I'm trying to maintain my sanity.
That's a literal impossibility.
When women look, they're either horrified or the look itself is nothing short of horrific. And at first glance, yeah, women would seem to be the face of terror in this film.
Maybe it's because women are good at screaming. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever seen a man scream in reaction to something? What is he going to do?
I would say it's more exciting to have a woman scream on camera. They're more reactive. They're higher pitched. They can scream louder. Well,
but it's a sexism. Why?
Arguably. Plus, we like to see women that are scared and running away. It's like, oh, we care about that.
You're trying to say you like to look at women?
It's also, I mean, come on. It's vulnerable. It's like the physical thing. It's everything. It's when a kid screams, it's the same thing. Or a dog. If you see a dog running away from something.
Are you trying to compare women to dogs?
Let's go with that.
Sure, why not?
I
will compare human beings to animals, because this guy's comparing women to dinosaurs. So I think the Pandora's box is open. We'll compare anything to anything at this point. So anyway, this is why women need to be oppressed, because they share traits with microbes. I am a supreme nationalist, a cream supremacist. Come on,
The cream supremacist.
As you can see, the mitochondria is developing ADP into ATP, and that's like a man flexing his muscles. This is clear.
It's like a man flexing his muscles,
Exercising his will over the woman. It's like, what?
I mean, do they want a completely soulless biological take on this? Or a genetic version of that? Is that what they're saying? This side of the argument is, oh, you're a bunch of eugenicists and blah blah blah, and this is why you need to flush out. Like, if they want to have a complete. Remember when Darwin said, I don't want to live in a Darwinian civilization, and he was just trying to comment on animal nature that was kind of mindless and just reacting to its environment, and that he was saying that the great thing about humans is basically we have choice and we can be civilized. Why are we trying to go backwards? And people, and I know why. It's because they're trying to. It's like a form of agitprop. Like, look at how bad men are. They do this thing, they do that, and then they never do it on the opposite side. They never go, have you noticed how women are? Because that's sexist. So you'll never see one of these male feminists doing a stand-up routine where they complain about their spouse, on open mic on Tuesday nights or whatever. You're never going to see that. It's always going to be like, have you ever noticed how men look at women and they want agency? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? There are two reasons why people look at things. They're either looking at something because they want to know something more about it because they're curious, or because they're trying not to run into something. Like, I can't believe I'm explaining this. Everybody already knows. So why is this being made? And that goes back to the question why I was thinking, like, why would you make something like this? What made you think that this was the right thing?
Here's Jake the surgeon. Seeing a 5-foot bipedal killing machine with scythes on their feet would make anyone scream their vocal cords to mush. Yeah, you'd run away.
I wouldn't scream like the way that Laura Dern screams or a Spielberg scream was. I think I'd do one of those. Oh fuck! Oh shit! You know what I mean? Like run around, go around the corner, and go oh. But that's not as interesting.
Can we have Glib in the next Jurassic Park film?
Let's get Glib. He's gonna. Okay, all right, Glib. You're gonna scream really loud. All right. Speed. Action.
Yeah, it'll be a show all about men because again, there's only Laura Dern and a girl who are females in this Jurassic Park movie. So the next movie is gonna be all men. And
wait a minute. So we have a young man or a boy, aka, and then a young lady, aka girl. And they also have two main lead characters that are a boy and a girl. I mean, a man and a woman, I guess. Are we seeing the pattern here? This guy can't see that? No, he can't see that there's the young generation version and then there's the older generation. And it's supposed to be a reflection. And then you have two, like, wild card characters.
No, because gender.
Oh, gender. The agender. We have to follow the agenda.
All the genders.
There has to be a war between the sexes because otherwise they might come together and live in harmony. That would be such a bad thing.
Sexism.
Fuck that. Alpha dinosaurism.
Well, we're at 15 minutes, guys. We can stop right now because this is.
We can
no.
We can definitely stop.
This.
Well, I don't want to finish it.
We're only an hour and a half. It's only been an hour and a half. Man up.
Mark Alcatraz says, Glib, that's the noise I make when I actually walk in on someone using the bathroom. Yeah, that's to me. If I saw a couple of if I saw a Tyrannosaurus around the corner, I'd probably have a little bit more of a reaction than that. I probably would have like a jaw dropping, like, oh my god. But it would be like the Jeff Goldblum reaction to the shit. I wouldn't be screaming.
Pile of shit.
I think the only time I'd be screaming is if I just found out that the new AMD Radeon cards were coming out and they were like twice as good as the card that I had. Then I'd be screaming. Oh my god!
Here's that's so Skaven. Thanks. Jurassic Park would have been different. The main woman was a Karen. The Raptors would be running away as Karen would be demanding to speak to the manager. Okay. The Karen with a shotgun.
Yeah. I like that the Karen meme stopped not stopped, but it's kind of calling out this ask for the manager attention. Yeah, I'm appreciating that.
It's like an evolution of the soccer mom. Overzealous, overprotective woman.
Yes, indeed. What if Glib walked in on his wife after cheating on him with a more handsome dino? I'm sad I'd have the same reaction. I'd be like, clever girl.
How sexy. Get it on.
I knew you was a terrible cold-blooded monster.
Sorry.
Bellin singles out one shot right at the end of the film in which Sattler finally gets to look at something and not experience terror. But Bellin says it's only because her look is affirming the heteropatriarchal status quo.
What the hell?
Everybody's just asleep from what he just said. They're like trying to ignore the video.
No. We're not asleep. We're just thinking. We don't know how to respond.
The heteronormative status quo of two children sleeping in someone's arm. What?
Oh, this guy likes children now.
Remember when I said that there was like a reflection of like the two characters?
She's smiling because he now likes kids. He's now grown a friendship with these two kids and almost became a father figure of sorts. So
wow, it's almost like Steven Spielberg makes family movies for family children. This is a movie about family wizards intended for family children.
Okay, let's do a theoretical. Your spouse, you saw them acting fatherly or motherly towards two children who are just been through ordeal with, and they're sitting nice with them. They're sitting like that. We're hugging them almost. You would think, oh, that's pretty nice. That's kind of cute. And it's like, oh well, it's also nice that he's changed his mind and now I get to have kids. But it's like, why shouldn't she smile at that? What is this? What is this argumentation?
She's not being eaten by a dinosaur. That's a good reason to smile.
This reminds me of the Smudcast arc where everybody started hating Marmite and now we all love it. You know, it's just classical storytelling.
It's official.
All right.
Marmite is literally the devil.
Damn, Smud Boy thought he was gonna make it at 15, and now he's got to do another.
15. I got to do another 5 minutes or something. Like, oh god.
It's tired, boys.
Go.
This sequence reiterates at the film's close its gendered hierarchy of vision. The male look
no,
is
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm calling bullshit on that. No, it doesn't.
I'm fine, but I'm still.
Is
I'm fine with
self-affirming.
this.
His eyes are closed. What are you talking about?
The hierarchy of male vision is to sleep.
Sometimes a shot is just a shot, and the blocking doesn't have any philosophical meaning behind it.
While the woman's is rewarded, indeed permitted, only because it embraces the patriarchal unit to which she willingly subordinates.
How? You're a fucking nutcase.
What?
You subordinate yourself to the masculinity.
So
yeah, that's right, baby.
When a woman looks at a man hugging two kids, she's supporting a patriarchal unit.
All right, boys. That's it. I'm cracking it. Let's do it.
I
have no booze around me.
Alcohol, like in the 5-minute mark. I already think it bad.
Oh no, that's not alcohol. That's hemlock.
Yeah. Jake the Surgeon, thank you, sir. Glib Raptor would do a dance off to determine who gets permanent mating rights. Their feathers being displayed flamboyantly as they make deep clucking noises. The life of these creatures are amazing.
What?
There you go. I am the champion. I will get all of the mates.
Yes, because Glib is the alpha Chad.
I'm the alpha velociraptor.
Have they ever considered that maybe they're in a helicopter and it's really freaking loud?
No, they don't consider anything. They just get affirmed by their opinion. They watch the movie.
Maybe.
You ever like okay, so they go to the gender studies class or whatever. They learn all this stuff. They get some sort of social thing and gratitude, maybe an attention. And then they watch these movies and they go, "Oh my God, it was there all along. They were so on it." Men and family, it's just the patriarchy. It's just it's their control mechanism. Men control women through the family. And then you're like, what are you talking about? How else are you supposed to raise children? And they're like, exactly, raising children. Men should be the ones to carry. And what the hell are you talking about? And then they go, it's science. What are you against science? And I'm like, I have no idea what we're talking about anymore, but it's fun. Let's keep going and see how far this can go. I have my hemlock ready.
People are nuts. I hate these people.
McQueen.
When the woman looks, she sees a family. When the man looks, he sees himself. Warrior, hero, savior.
Wow.
My goodness. He's like, see how good I am at fighting and
Where's
saving
your
children.
Where's your evidence?
All you have is a shot.
When I look at these children.
Show me the evidence.
This is fucked up, guys. This is
No,
messed up.
warrior.
I'm
No,
a warrior.
okay.
Guy
No,
in a
this is a
Viking.
completely terrible misread. He's just.
It doesn't say father. Why doesn't it say father there? Because father would mean that maybe men do things that are beyond themselves, and which is funny because I love Mishima.
Well, no, because that would mean you have to be right about something.
Yukio Mishima. What he said was that men can't just live for themselves. They have to live for something more than themselves. There has to be a purpose that goes beyond just mere survival. So warrior, hero, savior. I mean, if I wanted to give this guy any credit at all, I'd say those are choices, right? You want to see yourself as a warrior, as a man, to fulfill something that's probably going to be trying to fulfill a need within yourself, right?
Yeah.
But people that have what is that? The pyramid of actualization that was mentioned earlier on Morning Nonsense. Damn it, Maslow. If you're fulfilling all your needs and all that stuff, and you have the ability to do other things, your personality is going to dictate, and what you've witnessed and what the reality around you is going to dictate what you want to see yourself as. That's like legacy building. And even if you're seeing just yourself, you want to do something that other people are going to see you positively as. So why is he looking at her? Well, the moment is like, okay, we have reached a point because we made it through all of this, as you mentioned earlier. So he is projecting because I don't remember this in the movie. Where was this part of the movie? He's proud that he saved the kids. I would be too, and maybe they're affectionate, and maybe I always read it as the old trope of maybe we could be a family because we bonded. You know what I mean? I'll be the father, you be the mother.
And these aren't
We're
even
family
kids.
now.
This is all symbolic, of course. So,
of course, yeah, it's not like literal. It's not literal, and it's meant to be a synthesis for the audience and the characters at the end.
if you want to learn about masculinity or what it means to be a man, definitely read Confessions of a Mask, Yukio Mishima, one of his more famous books, but fascinating guy, really interesting writer. Okay, let's keep going. Jake the Surgeon. I think this troglodyte's brain has been replaced with a smooth, fossilized dinosaur turd. Now, remember, these are not his words. He's just reading from someone else. But he probably agrees with it, or else he wouldn't be saying it. He wouldn't be talking about it. Because this is crazy to anyone who reads this stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the Power Rangers avatar, by the way, Jake. It's cool.
Yeah. Also, like, this is a silent conversation that is informed on by every single conversation. It's almost like the movie has symmetry, where at the beginning of the movie they're talking about kids, and they're going back and forth, and then Grant, and then Ellie is smugly looking at Grant saying, you probably want kids now, don't you? And he's looking down at the kids as well. And he's like, yeah, you're right. So that's what this scene is doing. That's the subtext of this scene. It is not when the man looks, he sees himself warrior, hero, savior. That's
nuts.
So stupid. Yeah. You have no brain. You have neither brain nor genitalia, my friend.
I thought my wife was bad. This guy. Psh.
To prove his point, Bellin brings up the only other
This guy's name is Belland, okay? Just keep that in mind.
I know, isn't that great? Bell End. It's just it's a joker. Very juvenile.
He's crazy. He's crazy. He's so crazy.
This antiquated dinosaur humor is so unprogressive and problematic.
Let's try and get through this video before you.
Lex and Tim. On the one hand, Tim's desire to see is not only presented as a natural outgrowth of his maleness, but is encouraged and rewarded.
His maleness.
On the few occasions in which Lex does express a desire to look, she suffers punishment, or at least indignity, for doing so.
Okay, so boy does thing good.
What?
Girl
No,
does
she
thing
just
bad.
doesn't know or care about dinosaurs, and then how she knows her knowledge is in modern computers, and guess what? She uses that knowledge to fucking save them.
I love this quote just because it's not about the topic. Jake the Surgeon, Dragon Zord is objectively the best individual Zord. I will fight anyone who says otherwise in a what?
Agni Kai.
Agni Kai?
Agni Kai, it's Avatar
It's
Lost
a
Airbender.
firebender duel.
It's fight, yeah.
Firebender duel.
Oh,
It's basically a duel for honor,
okay.
essentially.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. I'm just glad we
It's
changed the topic.
fine. Yeah. Let's keep going. But it's just like we have. Well, Occupation Army. Yes, Lex is a computer nerd. She's not the campy outdoors type. It's very so. We're seeing the difference of character here. Alex, or whatever the boy's name, generic insert boy character, is more interested into dinosaurs, and she is more interested in computers. He is into animals. He's a nerd about animals. She's a tech nerd.
You think that he would be praising this because it's very against gender norms, because usually the males are the ones which care about computers.
Wow, that was deep, Shiny.
Yeah.
Deeper than what I would have said, but okay.
Yep. That's because your brain is tired from the stupid.
I'm trying to process a lot, and the jumps I have to get to where they begin is just so far. I just like, okay.
Just drink alcohol. Stay calm. Drink alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, Smut, it's your thing. You can cut it off whenever you want to.
No, we're gonna keep going, but it's just like he's just saying things, and he's jumping to the next point. And you're like, wait, what are you trying to? This is part 3. We didn't get any parts that had points at the beginning or end of the first 2.
This feels like a more pseudo-intellectual version of Cinematic Venom's Lord of the Rings video.
Remember when
that was an excellent time.
When what's her name? What's his name? Did all those like part 1, blah blah, and you're like, okay, and then part 2, and he just kept going with parts and parts. Like, dude, just make one point and then stop. Make an essay. Don't go with 5 or 6 or 7. I can't follow everything.
Oh, Demonic Beast Megatron actually has a good point. Apparently in the book, Tim was the older kid and was as the computer guy in the book, and they changed that for the movie.
Okay. Cool.
I think that'd be more progressive.
Yeah.
They made the female the older one, and they made the female the computer nerd. I thought that would be progressive, Mr. Cinema.
Oh, it's so funny and cute. Oh, she got hurt or offended by.
She got sneezed.
Yeah.
She got snot all over her. That's funny. It's comedic. She's not being punished.
Well, you see, none of the men got snot on them. So therefore, this female dinosaur is sexist.
Oh, that's how that works. I didn't get the instruction kit. You must have gotten it.
Well, no, it's just that Siney understands these people on a weird level because he is a clone.
No,
and therefore
no,
Because he's a clone.
Okay, what you would do to understand
Of
these
course,
people
clones would get it.
is
They're not even human.
You turn your brain to retard mode. In fact, what you do is you just don't think. You just take away all logic from your brain, and you immediately start thinking like these people.
We all know that you have the chip in your brain, Shiny, that
implants knowledge.
That makes you like the Star Wars movies. No, I'm just kidding.
The movie's about space wizards.
How does it?
Space wizards intended for children.
How does the fact that you're gays makes people or is an affirmation of your desire for agency. How do you like that?
Well, again, except when she doesn't. There are plenty of instances of Lex looking at something that pleases her. Not to mention, she's the one who gets to reactivate the park security systems at the end of the film.
Yeah,
He's not completely on that guy's side. This is okay. This is good.
Yeah.
Sister, I know this.
Using a set of skills that her brother had previously mocked her for.
A very specific set of skills.
That's what I said.
And Tim gets plenty
They're
of scares
a
all to himself.
For dinosaurs like you.
Okay, good. He's being honest.
That's good.
And Sattler experiences plenty of joy throughout the film too, even when she's not watching Grant play dad. Bellin singles out the Triceratops scene as an instance in which the film forces Sattler to fulfill the stereotypically feminine role of nurse. And so the fact that she does so much joyful looking in this scene does nothing to temper his criticism. But let's take a closer look. Grant is the one who coos and awed his childhood favorite dinosaur.
Yeah, because he's the dinosaur man.
He's Dynamo.
Yeah. Also, she's the botanist. She would understand that he drank some bad stuff, that he ate some bad stuff.
It's a fucking Triceratops. Why wouldn't you be in awe of a fucking Triceratops? It's a fucking live Triceratops.
Also, the thing that is so
I
cool
would be in awe of a Triceratops.
And also, like, the coolest part of this is the excellent use of a puppet Triceratops and that very much enhanced the actors' performances, where they had something to react to. Ooh, that was amazing.
See, she's the most beautiful thing I ever saw.
Which is something that Bellin criticized Sattler for during the raptor nursery scene.
Oh, God.
And while Grant is busy turning her gastralia into a bounce house, Sattler's the one who's trying to figure out what's actually wrong with her.
It's pharmacological and local plant life.
Grant looks to satisfy his nostalgia. Sattler looks to solve a crisis.
Is this West Indian lilac?
Sexist.
So the botanist knows to look for plants.
What?
Plants, guys.
Didn't he just argue before that the males were the ones solving all the problems? Now it's the female? Okay.
Yeah, I felt like that was what was going on. Did I miss something?
You see, that would require logical consistency, which I don't think this guy has.
Absolutely wonderful.
What's Sattler's job, by the way?
This is our paleobotanist, Dr.
Sattler.
Paleobotany, which Bellin refers to as the female preoccupation with plants and flowers.
What? This is a joke.
But then where does that female preoccupation eventually take her?
I don't know.
That is one big pile of shit.
The men hang back while Sattler forges ahead. Into poop.
Because she's
Whereupon she's characterized
solving the problem because that's her field of expertise.
Well, I think that's. I always thought that was cool about her. Like she could get her hands dirty. She didn't give a fuck. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then isn't that what he's impressed by or something?
Get her hands dirty for like to solve something.
Look, I don't watch movies and try and like figure out what feminist lens to put on.
What's wrong with you, Glib? Why don't you do that?
Look, listen, there's a lot wrong with me, but it's not watching movies wrong. I know that. I'm watching movies many different ways, and I'm enjoying myself. Thank you very much, Mr. Busybody YouTube man, who's trying to lecture me about I don't how men look at things and then imply things with just looking at them. I think that was the most crazy thing I think I've seen so far. What was the most crazy thing you guys have seen so far? I mean, we still have 15 minutes left. Usually,
the fact this guy has so many subscribers.
Oh yeah, that's the one that usually gets me. Makes me
like the fact that he has like a couple 100,000. That's
take a popular topic.
I think he has like 1,500 or something.
Read a crazy extremist feminist view.
Also,
of it
150,000, I should say.
And make a video about it. And this is last week.
You know, if this gets subscribers, why the fuck am I doing animations? Why don't I just go do this?
You're not sucking up to Susan Wojcicki enough.
Wachowski or
Wachowski. Wojcicki. Anyway,
let's keep going.
Rised as.
She's tenacious.
Yep.
You have no idea.
You know what Bellin has to say about the poop scene?
You will remember to wash your hands before you eat anything.
No, I was asking. I couldn't find anything about it in his book.
Okay.
Part 4.
What?
So,
That was the what?
Yeah, bro.
What was the point
so
of that?
Bellin is wrong. What has been the point of you like blowing this guy's book off this whole time?
So he likes the book, and then half the time he doesn't like it. Is he doing a book review? Like, what is he doing?
Why? Could state your intentions more clearly.
What is the point of the video? He's supposed to talk about dinosaurs, I guess. I
What
guess.
is the point of this?
I love dinosaurs. I love dinosaur.
And I'm a feminist.
And feminism.
And
Oh my
here's a
God.
guy who did a review of Jurassic Park with a feminist framework, not a lens, a framework. And he's doing ridiculous takes.
What is a feminist framework?
I don't know. He didn't explain it.
You did a great job of not helping.
If it was a lens, I'd say, okay, fine, we get you where you're coming. No, he starts explaining things as if this is what is actually in the film. You're like, no, this is not in the film.
Steven Spielberg went out to make the most sexist, horrible film ever because he did all these things. And it's like, wait, well, I don't think he did any of these things. But he did them. They're in the film. It's like, they're not in the film. You're projecting. You're projecting a lot of this.
Oh, Bellin is wrong?
So look, it's not that Bellin isn't onto something with his close reading of the film. This video isn't meant to be a takedown of his work. On the contrary, I consider this to be a continuation of what he wrote.
You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step.
In an earlier chapter of the book, Bellin lays into the racist...
That is not a good clip. That's not a good clip to compare, like to say that's what you're doing, because in that thing, he's saying take the next step, and like it's portraying as the action of what you're doing is wrong, because you're taking the work of... Fuck, just keep going. There's no point to this.
Calm. I mean, he really goes for it. He talks about how racism is an inviolable ingredient to the film's cultural heritage, and that the fantasy element
What does racism want to do with Jurassic Park? I never looked at Jurassic Park and thought, oh my god, there's so much racism here. Oh, there's a butterfly died. Is it because is that the only reason it's racist?
Ability more than anything else. But then towards the end of that chapter, he mentions, almost as an aside, that it's also one of his all-time favorite films.
So what's going on here? Is he excusing the racist coding in the film?
Wow, he can actually like something
racist
and
coding in the
criticize
film.
it.
What? What?
That's like anyone having any affection toward anything and saying, I'm highly going to criticize it. It's my favorite thing ever. It's like, what's wrong with that?
Well,
almost like you can separate your subjective enjoyment from your objective judgment.
Unfortunately, it's not very objective when you're talking about feminism. So,
wow.
Samuel L. Jackson dies. I declare that he didn't die because the math was wrong. It says that there was a thing where they miscounted the number, and it totally means that Sam Jackson survived, and he ran off and off, missing one arm, swearing. That's my personal headcanon.
No, Samuel L. Jackson never died in the film.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's
Good to
too
know.
awesome to die.
Yeah, I agree.
He just
based on
lost
nothing.
his arm. He just lost his arm. That's it.
Well, that's what happened in Star Wars, right? He just lost his arm and then he was thrown out of a window. Maybe his arm that got chopped off flew outside of Coruscant, and then it just happened to somehow find itself in Jurassic Park.
Oy. I don't.
Was that like
Sorry,
Lucas's
I
joke?
heard of it.
Was that Lucas's joke to Spielberg about Samuel L. Jackson losing an arm? It's like, I can do it too.
Maybe.
Hey, I can do it cooler.
I have a lightsaber. Cut it off. Okay.
Throughout this study, I assumed the perspective of the dominant, in this context, white culture in the creation, circulation, and reception of fantasy films. I do not regret this choice, nor do I retreat from it here. Yet, as I also said, any approach to alienation in fantasy film that selects only dominant social attitudes in readings is necessarily partial. Bellin tells us that the close readings in his book are all specifically constructed from the perspective of the dominant white cultures that made the films in question. So, of course, his interpretations are going to skew.
What is he getting at?
I guess maybe he's saying that they're influenced by the fact that they are in a society run by predominantly white people.
I thought he meant the directors or the producers of the films were of that type. Therefore, he's matching it up with that perspective.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't get
Towards
it.
the regressive, the racist, the heteropatriarchal. But that's not a value judgment of the films themselves.
It's not a value judgment. Okay, so it's, just racist, Nazi, fascist people made them. It's like, okay, great. Not a value judgment. They're totally cool people.
It's the difference between formal film analysis and some of the more reactionary stuff you find on YouTube.
No, it's not. No. You're just making a criteria up. You're saying, I base it off this. That's not formal.
Okay, the reactionary on YouTube. Let me see the whole thing of that.
In his book are all specifically constructed from the perspective of the dominant white cultures that made the films in question. So, of course, his interpretations are going to skew towards the regressive, the racist, the heteropatriarchal. But that's not a value judgment of the films themselves.
So he's saying he enjoys it because he's white. Is that why he's saying?
No, I think he's saying that he is deliberately going against the grain, is what he's doing.
No. What he's saying is, it's not that the film is bad. It's that the culture that the film comes from is bad. Everything about America and that time period and the people, that's all bad. But the film itself isn't bad. It's just that's just the product of it.
What he's talking about is, to me anyway, for what he said so far, if I'm understanding it right, he's saying that he's saying that it's a bad film. It's saying it's bad because it's horribly sexist. However, then he starts going on to say how he comes from the white patriarchal society, and then he's also in the same context he's talking about how he likes it. So he likes the films he's criticizing, but and the way I'm hearing that, he's saying, it's because he's the white regressive because he comes from that society. There's so much nonsense going here. It's hard to understand.
I think he said everything negative about the society that the thing came from, but he was like, the movie's okay though.
Yeah, the movie's fine. It's like everyone who made it's a racist, sexist, but the movie's great. You're like, what?
But man, I wish I remember the Family Guy joke, but we can move on. I'll remember what it was.
Difference between formal film analysis and some of the more reactionary stuff you find on YouTube. Nobody's coming to cancel King Kong. Least of all Joshua David Bell.
Well, not because you can't cancel King Kong, because do you know why? It's a film that's already out.
And
you can't cancel an old film.
Also, it's a film that has been remade over a dozen times.
Is there an affiliation with reactionaries getting canceled? I don't understand.
I love this idea that apes are black people, though. Thank you for putting that in my brain. That's not what I was thinking, but now that you have mentioned it, I can't stop thinking about it. And the movie is trying to implicate that the big black monkey is coming to take your white woman. I get it. I was just a dumbass before, but now I see the truth.
Now you've got your.
Thank you, Mr. YouTube man.
Okay, 30 more seconds, and I'm going to call it a day because this is.
Oh, come on, Smud. We can finish this.
We can finish it another day. This is too much.
But then, who else? We can cover someone else another day. We finish this.
I don't want to.
I'm going to cover you in Marmite.
Every paragraph this guy says, I'm just,
We must be, as Jordan Peterson said, we must be men able to fight monsters. This is our monster.
That's what
But a
Batman
controlled
is.
monster. That's but a controlled monster.
Yeah.
In
That's
small
Batman.
doses, guys. Small doses.
Yeah.
I would even say necessary to seriously consider what regressive elements a culture that made any given film
A
might.
regressive element 100 years ago from filmmakers.
Because
Why
you
can't-
think that the ape is a metaphor for black people. That's what we're talking about.
Why
It's
can't
the film's regressive attitude that makes you think that, not
Why can't
you
we-
and your weird attitude.
why can't we just respect the era it was made in and say, hey, people thought a little differently back then and had different rules and
Well, even then, I don't think it's an allegory for black people.
Neither I don't either. That's the thing. I really don't think
so
that that's the
either.
case. I don't think that. And if it is, that just feeds into this like weird 4chan meme where it's like, I don't know, like it just sounds like a meme. Konged.com.
Yeah.
And you can watch King Kong steal all your women.
Yeah.
Which women do you want to look at today, Major League?
We all know that
Start just
Major League
saying,
loves
I
to look at
demand more smud.
No, guys, super chatting right now, and if you keep super chatting, we'll keep doing more.
No, chat has become a French king. Just like, I demand more smud. And spilling the
Well,
glass.
if you are the audience and you keep paying for it, then obviously we keep having to do it. It's obvious.
I'm not a shill. I don't
you know
follow
why
your
people
rules.
start handing out money now. Then we have to watch another movie night, which of two we already have planned.
Yeah.
It's more movie nights.
Well, it's like, I will pay you to watch Sharknado.
I will pay you a super chat today
Well,
for
we did it.
Sharknado
People
tomorrow.
paid us
We
to watch
did.
Sharknado, and we fucking watched it. You fuckers.
That was
And
good
it
though.
was
Actually, I had a good
amazing.
time.
It
Chat
was
hasn't let us wrong
amazing.
yet.
It was
Sort of.
amazing. Come on. It was that was awesome.
Yeah, it really was actually.
That was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I regretted ever defending chat and saying we had to do it. Whoever did that, you're officially a fuckwit.
No, that person is hilarious and they have good
I will
taste.
find you, and if I do,
Exactly.
I will
They have good
fucking kill
taste.
you.
They have good taste in reaction entertainment.
And the only one who's going to do it is voice because no one else wants to do it. So
I will do it. I will be there because I think that's hilarious.
we'll watch it. We could watch a thing, but then its voice has to put it together because no one else wants to.
I don't want to edit that shit.
I would be really hard pressed to find where to edit this stuff out because everything in that film was hilarious.
Here's Dr. Joe. Hey, Dr. Crow. Sorry. Never be done. Keep the stream shiny. I cannot think of a pun for glib. Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Keep the streams
no puns.
Punished
Keep
glib.
the glib coming. Keep
Punished
the glib.
glib. Perfect. Yeah.
Keep the glib coming. I guess.
That's a terrible pun.
Terrible.
Venom, I like Venom Smud. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that one's.
I
a good
was
one.
thinking keep things smutty.
God, keep watching bad critics, bad fanboys,
Yeah.
bad takes.
I don't know how I fell into this part of YouTube, but it certainly is interesting down here. I'll give you that.
Ugh.
It is a weird hellscape of strangeness.
Sometimes I regret making my channel because it's founded on arguing against fanboys. And I was like, yeah, I'll think I'll make a channel off that. It's like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have done like dogs or something.
Maybe you went too far in a couple places.
I have that feeling too. I get it.
That's CW Trixie said, if you think Sharknado is bad, just watch Santa Meets the Ice Cream Bunny.
Oh no, we're not doing that. We're not just watching bad movies. We watched American Psycho. That was a good movie. We got to watch more good movies.
American Psycho was pretty cool.
We didn't record our
More
reaction
old
to that,
movies. No, we didn't. But I don't know exactly how we should do like a commentary track because when we're watching the movie for the first time, you shouldn't really be talking over it. So if we're gonna do a commentary thing, it's got to be for a movie that everybody's seen, and we can like pause or something. I don't know how that would work.
It has to be bad film, or it has to be because if you're going to pay respect to it, then you have to watch it and give it your full attention.
Yeah, it would have to be like The Room or like a good film, like a classic. I don't know, Gone with the Wind. That's too long. So something like The Princess Bride or something from the 80s, like Back to the Future. something along those lines.
Something where it's like, because otherwise people wouldn't have seen it, and they're going to watch it, and they're going to.
There's lots of commentary we can make about those films, because some of us might know about how they were made and details like that, and the wonderful references. Like I know The Princess Bride just because I read the books and saw a lot of the interviews and stuff like that. So
played the Xbox game.
Oh, really?
How was that?
It's a reference. None of you are going to get it because none of y'all are British, but never mind.
But was it problematic?
Oh, of course, it was always everything's problematic.
Okay, yeah. Just making sure. Just making sure you're still on the right side.
What is this?
Everything's political. Everything's political.
Yes, a glibberation will be half to keep going. What?
Or
a glib in the hand is worth two in the chest.
Or
terrible. They're all bad. That's why I like my name a lot.
Or Darkness said Kang Kong versus Actualosaurus by Ryan Johnson.
Okay, we are not becoming Red Letter Media. That would kill me. I would hurt myself.
I want to be Mike Stacklasa though.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's keep going.
On this episode of Best of the Worst.
Keep going, one of the things I wanted to do.
I kill myself.
Oh my god.
I don't know how many of you here have watched Deep Space Nine, but there is a documentary called What We Left Behind about Deep Space Nine. Yeah, it came out a while ago, but I have it on Amazon Prime and on stream. I wouldn't mind watching it with you guys on my channel.
Okay.
Maybe.
I've already talked to LitDev about it.
I'll check out the trailer. Some of those are pretty boring, but
Alrighty.
Anyway, we got 30 seconds to 20 minutes, so I think that's a good time to take her easy and call it a day.
Alrighty.
Might have imparted onto it. I want critical readings of the media I enjoy.
The world has just changed so radically, and we're all running to catch up.
How else would we know that Ellie Sattler is the only adult character in Jurassic Park who's credited with her first name instead of her last? And I, for one, am glad that there are writers like Joshua David Bellin out there who pay attention to this sort of stuff. If you happen to
Who the hell cares? Her last name comes like what? You get to, you're asked how you want your name in the credits. I want it this way. Fine, done.
No, Mr. Bellin, please don't send him this video. I want him to like me.
But when it comes to Jurassic Park, it really does sound like Bellin doesn't like it very much. So at the very least, I'm happy to offer a gendered reading of the film that doesn't prioritize the conservative heteropatriarchal perspective.
Oh my god.
A gendered reading of the film that doesn't prioritize.
I'm under the impression when people make videos like that, they're just breaking down their parts for no reason. It's just, I'm going to stop here and talk about...
it's like one of the parts was like, what, a minute long? If he goes, part 4, this, and part 5, this what?
This is his subtitle.
A gender reading of the film? Like... We need to finish this. We need to finish this, please.
It's only 10 minutes. I'm sure we can get through 10 minutes pretty easily.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you guys want to keep going with this shit.
I want to finish this.
I don't want to have to come back to this.
All right, let's just keep going.
Part 5. A gendered reading of the film that doesn't prioritize the conservative heteropatriarchal perspective.
Oh my god, I want to quit already again. A gendered reading of the film.
Stop being so patriarchal, Glib.
No.
And conservative.
Man bad, dad bad. Daddy dad.
So what is he saying? Presenting a right-wing gendered analysis of it?
I think he just means as long as you are white and you are male, that means you are conservative.
Dr. Crow, just shoot us. You asked for it.
Just grasp this sentence, guys. Gendered reading. Not a reading. What's a gendered reading? I have to use my gender glasses? Like, what are you talking about? Prioritization of the conservative. So therefore, we're talking about not the content, but the critic. The critic has a conservative viewpoint, a heteropatriarchal viewpoint, which is gendered, which I'm assuming is masculine. So why is he talking? He's a guy. He's already got his gender card false.
Well, I think Occupation Army, yeah, I'd love to see Neff react to this. Neff Champion react to this would be hilarious. But I guess maybe he's saying that maybe it's like around the idea of like with the conservative heteropatriarchal perspective front and center, like as in like that is the perspective that they are going up against, maybe?
I think maybe it's God, why the fuck are we having to interpret it this way? God, that we have to come up with all our little fucking interpretations.
He just said
the way I interpret it is that he's not focusing so much on the gender politics, but that's exactly what he's doing.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's bringing it up.
So is he saying view as in that's what he is? That's what he is, or is he saying it as in he's not viewing for those things?
The whole problem is this thing that doesn't prioritize. So he is bringing it up. It's just not a priority, even though he's going to be bringing it up a lot.
Despite the film, the video title.
It's just a bunch of gobbledygook.
Yeah, it's utter. It's word salad. It is
Yes,
word
and
salad.
I don't mind feminist viewpoints. I don't mind political viewpoints. I don't mind it. If you want to do that, if the content of the film or the story has it, great. You can use this lens. But this, what is this?
It's insane.
What is this?
It makes no sense.
You have no brain.
Like, you imagine sitting in a lecture hall and having your professor start, okay, now I'm going to have a gendered reading of the stuff you just read, but not focusing on the conservative heteropatriarchal perspective you might have had. It's like, wait, what? I never had that. What are you talking about?
Thank you for telling me what I already had. And how and not, by the way, how is any of this bad again? I don't remember that part.
Maybe if it was like a period piece from like 200 years ago, or maybe 100 years ago about the Wild West, or...
Well, Glib, you don't understand because you're a conservative hetero white male.
I know, and I like it. It's pretty fun. I don't have to worry about shit like this.
You like the patriarchy?
That's not too bad. Gets the job done.
I'm ambivalent towards the patriarchy. I just don't care.
Oh my god, I didn't realize I was part of the Sexist Racist podcast. They were all right.
Yeah, you're right. They were right the whole time, or for whatever their crazy ideas were. It was everything all at once, even contradicting things that don't make any sense. It was all of that.
So the first question we have to ask is, which gender are we reading? All of the genders? One gender, two, three? Like what?
17.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Like I said, I can't keep track of this.
All right, part 5. Here we go.
A gendered reading of the film that doesn't prioritize the conservative heteropatriarchal perspective. My take on Jurassic Park is that it's not a story about the restoration of the patriarchal family unit, but rather a recalibration of traditional patriarchal gender roles that did not...
What?
A recalibration of gender roles?
Let's just go. I'm not going to touch that.
What?
Denies the men in power. I don't think we need to desire to control biology on any regressive ideological grounds, where women are free to occupy the traditionally masculine role of saving the day, while the men are busy either
saving the day is a masculine role. Okay.
You're lucky.
Only the man can save the woman. The woman can never save the man.
hunkering down in a bunker to literally wait out the storm. In any other movie, Muldoon would have been one to save it.
Any other movie.
And the other one is fucking got a broken leg.
In any other movie, the man would do all the work because men run
Despite
everything.
all these other films.
The patriarchy is very similar to like the way that Nazis view Jews. Like the Jews are at the control of everything. The patriarchy is at control of everything. I think we should put all these men in camps and concentrate them somehow.
Oh my god, there is actually a feminist here in the UK that legit unironically said that shit.
Of course. That's very femnazi.
So previously he was talking about how he partially agrees with the author. And he was giving examples of how the female doctor was playing the female role, but also playing male roles. You're like, right, yeah, she saves the day sometimes, and sometimes she's in danger. That's right. So you disagree with him, and now he's just reiterating this fact. It's It's like, okay, yes, and your point is?
Case in point, Jurassic World. But instead, he gets outflanked within minutes.
Clever girl.
And then Sattler's the one who goes and restores them.
Remember, there's only 2 females in this story.
The power. She's also the one who gets to articulate not only the film's stated thesis,
When we have control again.
You never had control. That's the illusion.
but also
That's not the thesis of the film.
No, it's not. It's basically don't screw around with nature.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And don't have poor safety regulations.
Yeah, don't bring what is it? Don't bring dinosaurs back to life. That's another good one.
Here's James Moore. He's talking about the book in question that he's reading from.
Okay.
The book goes more in depth with the island's issues, like the computers miscounting dinosaurs, using frog DNA causes some dinosaurs to change sex,
right?
And how velociraptors escape the mainland. Okay, great, that's fine.
It's basically
the book
what
is not the movie.
Yeah, basically Steven Spielberg turned a horror book into kind of a more family-friendly adventure movie,
which is genius, but obviously not the same as the text.
Yeah, it's an amazing, astonishing feat that he managed to do that, because the book's apparently horrifying.
The books as well. The second book, there is a moment in particular where a child is actually being eaten by a dinosaur, a little baby being eaten by a little dinosaur.
Yeah.
Let you a little food for thought there. Imagine if we saw that in the second film.
That would have been a hard.
Instead we got a child, and it's like, oh no, we swear the child. We swear she's all right. She survived. Don't worry.
That was a pretty horrified scream by that mama then.
Well, I mean, if you saw your child partly eaten.
Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's finish this, baby.
Thesis of my particular reading.
It ought to be me really going.
Why?
Well, I'm
He's the owner of the park. He's responsible for all the problems.
Come on, let's go.
We can discuss sexism and survival situations when I get back.
Like, there's a reason Sattler's such an enduring action movie heroine. And it's not because she exemplifies...
Because...
she's not. She's a minor character. She's not really an action heroine. She doesn't do anything.
She's not Ellen Ripley.
Yeah, it's an ensemble cast. It's not an alien scenario.
Yeah, she's just the botanist that has to dodge around the dinosaurs. I just don't.
But guys, she's the protagonist if you perceive it that way. Just like it's only a sequel if you perceive it as a sequel.
I need to add a Ned Stark chopping the head off of that Night's Watch deserter into my stream whenever somebody says something stupid.
But how does it make you feel?
I don't even really I think Jurassic Park is pretty good, but I don't really hold it as one of my favorites. I like it. Okay.
Then you're objectively bad, and you have poor taste.
I agree. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Glib.
It's fine. It's good.
I'm afraid that, from my point of view, the Smudcast is evil.
I don't even like most of Spielberg's oeuvre. I think it's okay, it's cool. I don't really like E.T. that much. Never seen Jaws. Not a whole lot of his stuff is that interesting to me.
Well, Crichton's a pretty good author, and his views on global warming, I really thought, because he was going against the grain at the time. So, he actually says, listen, the science is kind of flawed. All these other factors, we should not be pointing to science fiction. Let's actually look at the science. So he was pretty cool. His style is great too. I love his punchy style. He's very cool that way. But you need to actually read them to grasp. So turning that into a good movie is always hard. So that's why we say, Spielberg knew what he was doing. And we can respect that as a film. It's not that deep, though.
Nope.
It really isn't. Is other film? I think Sphere was one of them. I'm trying to remember.
Look, the more project
Timeline,
into
for
it, the
example.
deeper it becomes from your subjective perspective.
I think Andromeda Strain or something. I'm trying to remember all those other ones. I
seem to have triggered the chat by saying that I've never seen Jaws.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Wow.
no.
Never seen
We're
Jaws
gonna have to
with
educate
Sharknado.
you.
I don't even.
Oh,
I'm
Jaws?
not that interested. I'm not that interested in Jaws. I'm sorry.
God, we're just a bunch of sinners here today, aren't we?
Yeah,
Like, honestly, if Crichton was alive, he'd be like, "What the flying hell is this guy talking about? This is like a watered down version of my script. Where's he getting all this shit?"
Well, didn't Crichton? I think Crichton was actually wrote the second book after the movie came out.
I'm trying to remember.
He retconned Ian Malcolm dying in the book, and then the second book was used as kind of a vague template for the movie, but they were written in between. But the second book was written in between the first and second movies.
I think that was one book. I'm trying to remember. That was the whole thing. Unless he came out with it separately. I don't recall. I remember seeing a big, thick tome that had both of them, so maybe I'm misremembering that. It must have been later then. Okay.
Yeah. Let's keep finishing.
Yep.
It's female passivity and the ideal of motherhood.
I'm going with him.
You could definitely still argue that Grant's arc is that of dad.
Sure, fine.
But in the final scene of the film, Grant looks less to me like a warrior, hero, savior, so much as a brooding mother hen. Not in a bad way, but not in a warrior male sort of way either. An image which is then reinforced by the shot of the pelicans outside the window. Oh, and speaking of the final scene, you know how Sattler began the film dressed in pink and Grant was dressed in blue? By the end of the film, they've switched.
Because she's taken off her
That's not
top.
pink.
That was her undershot. Her shirt.
That's not pink. That's dirt smattered.
I love this symbolism. Look at the colors. It totally reverses the role. It's like, no, one's dirty and one lost the shirt. That's all. There's no color. There's no symbolism with the color, guys.
It's
The themes.
I mean, there could have been. This is a great opportunity, but no, it's not. There's no actual telling the audience and showing the audience this is a symbol.
Sometimes
read
a
into
red
the color.
curtain. Certain time a red curtain is just a red curtain.
Yeah, you really have to be clear with your symbolism. You can't just assume symbols because color. That's silly.
Color.
Simzilla 99. No, the pelican scene is simply implied that birds are dinosaurs. And no, Grant's shirt color is brown. If anything, not pink. Fs.
Well, you see, you're just colorblind from your subjective perspective. If you subjectively look at it, then it's pink.
The cabin in the plane at the end is like a womb.
That's entirely subjective.
Yes.
It's a subjective womb.
That's New Jack. Her shirt is purple. Yes. I don't see color, just sex.
Magenta.
Let's keep going. This is
Sattler's now in blue, and Grant is shifted more towards the earth tones. I am not the first person to point this out, by the way. Cosmo.
Yes, because all
yes,
those people...
you are. Oh, what color and storytelling? Who did this?
It says Cos, and I assume he's going to say Cosmonaut Variety Hour. I assume that's what he's going to say. He says Cos something.
Cinema Void is in the search thing, so I guess that's who it is. Let's
Cosmovoid, yeah.
Oh,
okay. Cinema Void.
I just said Cos, and I just know Cosmonaut Variety Hour.
Cosmovoid. Sorry, Cosmovoid. Oh, no, I don't think he's good. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll find. I'm wrong. Yeah.
Let's see.
The true story of Jurassic Wreck. Okay, that's fine.
Avoid did a great video about color symbolism in Jurassic Park that'll link below. Then there's the dinosaurs themselves. Bellin says the dinosaurs are consistently characterized as monstrous, and that's definitely true for most of the film, but come on. By the end of the movie, half the audience is rooting for the dinosaurs.
When I saw the maiden road attack, I
That doesn't
said,
mean they're
I
not
think our
monstrous.
It's like how you vote.
Okay.
It's like how you root. It's like how you root for Vader in the corridor scene in Rogue One.
Yeah, but even then, me personally, I wasn't rooting for the dinosaurs. I wasn't rooting for the Velociraptor.
Same.
What?
They're the bad guy. You're scared of them, and you like them, and you're kind of scared of them. But yeah, you're rooting for the humans to get out of the situation because they're the underdogs.
Well, some people identify with carnivorous bipedal freaks, long dead freaks of nature. So yeah, it's totally
Well,
normal.
you see, the person who made this was a freak, and he identifies with the dinosaurs because they're also freaks.
Got it. Makes perfect sense.
I just hear Glib furiously mashing buttons.
I'm playing Shadow of War right now while we watch this, trying to vent my frustration.
Oh, nice.
Star of this movie is the T-Rex. The audience will hate me if the T-Rex doesn't come back and make one more heroic appearance.
Wow, he's thinking about his audience. Amazing.
Yeah, because he's a smart director.
When's the last time I heard a director go like, "Hey, what does the audience really care about right now?"
Probably when he did what is it? Ready Player One. Where
really?
Well, probably, since he didn't put any feminism in there, as far as I'm aware.
Nope.
There's a woman in there, so therefore it's feminism.
Yeah. All he did was he just did an adaptation of the book, and a lot of leftists hated it.
Yeah, I like the writer as a comedian, but not the writer as a writer.
Yeah, I know Just Right friggin' hated Ready Player One and said this needed a Starship Trooper style overhaul because the book had terrible themes.
So he has nothing to say about the writing, nothing to say about the character development. I think there's legitimate criticisms you make about the character development, and yet he goes for the themes. Right? Okay.
Yeah, and even though the plot of Ready Player One is really thin and kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And Darkness actually had a very good point. They are not monsters; they are sex symbols.
They represent the homoerotic versions of man versus their patriarchal role in the nuclear family. Okay.
But how does that make you feel?
I'm shocked that somebody is so stupid.
These are retards, people.
This is my personal reaction to it. This person is so dumb. That's what I hate about pseudo-intellectuals. They are utterly stupid, and what they say is crazy, but they're trying to sound intelligent, and people eat it up. It's so stupid.
Yeah, add a little bit of music in there, some long words, make it sound a little arty, a little sprinkle of politics. People eat it up.
Bellin repeatedly interprets the dinosaurs as a sort of unified block of feminine resistance. But that's only half the story. Every single dinosaur in the film is categorically...
Feminine resistance? What the fuck? They're not... What is the point? We don't care. No one thinks about the gender. We've said this.
Either cis female or trans male.
What? Wait, what? What?
Well, it's because they've changed genders.
There's no mention of them being trans.
No, well, some of them changed genders because the single-sex environment, but they're biologically changing genders. They're not pretending to be a different gender like a trans person.
Exactly, they're male or female. There's no. Oh, fuck.
I mean, if you go by the definition of trans, you say, oh, well, you're a male and then you become, you're female and then you become a male, then sure. But these are actual biological males.
there's a big jump in biology if you're talking about a frog and a dinosaur, and they don't make any reference to that in the story aside from frogs can do it.
Well, and that they've taken the DNA from frogs.
Yes.
They're turning the freaking frogs gay.
That's all we know. There's no other, like, oh, this is a male-female hybrid, or this is the transition from a female. Like, there's no mention of that.
We don't see a tranny dinosaur. Just
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know the DNA. We don't know all this. If they give DNA as an excuse, we don't see its example. We just see its effect. So it's like, okay, well, how did that happen? We're not sure.
You know, I think this movie needed more tranny dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I say trans not in the sense that these dinosaurs all have a unique gender identity like we humans do, but that their ability to change biological sex could be compared to our ability to change gender. Or even
They were really thinking of trans people when they made this fucking film.
I don't think dinosaurs have gender. I really don't.
Well, dinosaurs do have genders, as in like male and female.
They have sexes. They don't have genders.
I don't really consider there being a difference between sex and gender.
Sure, but
wait a minute there.
He's comparing it to humans, so it's like, all right, well, that doesn't really equate very well. With their animals, they don't have this society. At least the movie does not show us this culture of male and female specific types of dinosaurs acting any differently. All we know is that they mated and there's eggs. That's
we need to actually see them mating. That's dinosaur porn.
Not helping.
Look, there's so much stupidity here. You've got to make fun of it. You've got to find some fun somewhere.
He's being serious about, I don't know what, sex and gender, but okay, he's made the distinctions. That's good. He's not completely crazy. That's good.
Sex and gender are not interchangeable terms, mind you, but they are analogous when comparing mutant dinosaurs that spontaneously change biological sex to human beings expressing non-traditional gender roles.
No, we have words for a reason. Okay, I'm sorry, you don't get to say that with mammals.
No, but they are partaking in a traditional gender role if they change. If they are biologic, if the dinosaur is biologically changing gender from female to male, they are then going through the normal gender role which the male would have because of their nature. These are animals.
Yes, then you use the word sex. You don't use the word gender.
Yeah.
So even mentioning the word gender in regards to a freaking dinosaur is stupid.
Yeah, it is very stupid.
There could be some mating rituals which are gender specific based off sex, but we don't see them. We don't know them. Maybe Grant might know about that, or speculate about that. But that's it. That's the only possibility. There's no other mention of mating rituals or behaviors that's of sex between dinosaurs. We just know they mated. It's getting like, this is like, I love dinosaurs, and they clearly are changing. They're trans like humans, but not like human. Like, okay. And can you use the proper term, please? We have words for a reason.
Words are just racist.
Oh, sexist apparently.
Gender fluidity. I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking the shit out of my own video here, but there is a lot of turfy bullshit flying around the internet.
Oh my goodness, turfy bullshit. Jeez Louise.
This is 2020. Okay.
This guy's radical. I wonder what's in his closet.
Internet
Male
right
feminism.
now, and I don't want my audience to make assumptions about either me or my terminology. Gender is a spectrum, trans rights are human rights, and this is not a turf-friendly channel. Now go follow.
Oh my god.
And he's having to like defend himself because he uses certain terms.
Let's get back on topic, shall we?
Riley Black on Twitter. Be sure to buy all our books. But back to the main point. The dinosaur's ability to change sex from male to female in a single-sex environment is hardly the heteropatriarchal ideal. And what's more...
What?
This has nothing to do with they're fucking dinosaurs. They don't have anything to do with patriarchy. What the fuck are they on about? What is this? What's this? What the fucking what is this?
If anything, it's matriarchal because they're all female, and then some of them change. So
I don't think Steven Spielberg, when making this film, was thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking shove the patriarchy to this film." No, that's not. I don't know what we're thinking. All. No.
You may as well be talking about how this is all communism. They're all communist dinosaurs, and they want to jump to socialism or something. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Let's just do that. They migrate in herds or whatever. Like, sure, yeah, communism.
More, I don't think the association is as negative as Bellin would have us think. I know this is kind of an insipid example, but when I first heard about the existence of trans people at like the age of 6 or whatever, I literally thought to myself, oh, like Jurassic Park. It wasn't a thorough understanding.
Johnny, this is an example. If you were like 2 and all you ever knew was Star Wars, and you equate everything with Star Wars.
I honestly wasn't expecting. Okay, yeah, I just. I mean, I'm sorry. I've had a bit, but I was not expecting that. I was not expecting. Hey, that's just like that film.
My favorite thing in the world, where everything I see is through this lens. Like,
unbelievable.
I heard of trans people like Jurassic Park.
No,
trans people are dinosaurs.
No.
Oh, okay, let's just keep going.
Ending, to be sure. Like, I'm not arguing that a pack of voracious mutant raptors is the best way to represent the trans community, but it wasn't a negative association either. You want to talk about how Nedry's death is emblematic of something? How about the fact that no dinosaur is more aggressively misgendered than the poor Dilophosaurus?
Bro! Misgendered dinosaurs. Are you serious? What is wrong with you?
So, guys, he misgendered a dinosaur. Not to move that. In fact, he just doesn't understand the biology. He doesn't care about the biology, and it's showing this because he doesn't know what the dinosaur actually is. He thinks it's friendly to show, and then that shows us that he doesn't care. He only focusing on the tech. That's what he's about. What is this? What is this?
Brain no work, no good. Dinosaur equal trans, what?
Obsessed with feminism. It's an epidemic.
Should probably have like some shields to protect us when we go out from feminists. Spray them with like pink paint or something.
Oh, that'll help.
We could talk about their problems against slavery.
Oh my goodness.
Get them knocked down.
Let's just build them a time machine so they can go back to the past when their arguments actually mattered.
That'd be great. Yeah, time machine.
Yeah, I don't think they matter then either.
Whew. Okay.
Well, at least these arguments, anyway.
Did we log the fact that he said, "I don't believe that having a bunch of voracious monsters represent the trans community is such a good thing."
What?
He said that. Don't you remember?
Yeah, he doesn't let you find that out.
Excellent.
We're just silent.
Okay.
Thought you were one of your big brothers. You're not so bad.
Bellin argues that the sex-changing raptors still reinforce the film's patriarchal ideology because it's pushing the idea that
What? The What are you talking
No,
about?
let him finish. Let him finish. I want to hear
the
it.
natural way of things is for men to inevitably rise to the top. Mother Nature ensures the survival of father family.
Okay, so
but
it's
Bellin
what the
because the females become male in a single-sex environment to mate.
Bellin also spends a lot of time arguing the idea that the natural way of things is for men to inevitably rise to the top. Mother Nature.
Is this a quote? Like, I want to know where this is from. Mother Nature.
That's probably from that stupid book.
Oh my god, this guy, this is your brain on social justice. You see, you just see politics everywhere.
When did this book come out?
Turn everything into politics.
You look on the street, it's politics. You look over, it's politics. You look at a film, oh my god, it's so political. Like,
this isn't even politics though. This is like a religion.
Never in 1,000 years was I expecting someone to look at Jurassic Park and think patriarchy, because what the fuck?
King of the Jungle.
It's a relatively simple, just action adventure movie with some scientific themes, themes in it. There's nothing to do with gender in it. It's just don't screw with nature. Nature is a bitch that fights you back.
It finds a way.
Bitch, that's gendered language. That means that you hate women. So it's Mother Nature when you like it, and it's a bitch when you don't.
I can't find the quote. It's not. It's not easy to find. So I'm assuming it's in the book that he's reading from. I'm assuming.
Life is a bitch.
Okay. Keep on going.
Finish this shit.
Ensures the survival of father family. But Bellin also spends a lot of time arguing that the dinosaurs represent strictly maternal forces. So which is it? Do the dinosaurs represent feminine chaos or paternal sovereignty? They
Doesn't
can't
have to be either of those things,
Ultimately,
bro.
at the end of the film, the dinosaurs' freedom isn't something to negate or destroy anyway. It's just something to adjust to.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck did you say to me right now? Get the fuck out of here.
Adjust to we have to adjust to dinosaurs now that we've unleashed them with our genetic engineering.
My brain.
I think the American adjustment to any opposition would be destroy it as quickly as possible.
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all. This is their plan, people. These are dinosaurs.
How many bullets do we have, sir? We have all the bullets. Okay, just use them. Go ahead.
Load up the minigun. Let's unload into the crowd.
That's.
Oh my god.
Round the crazies up.
I really
give them
hope
a gun and then just let them kill each other.
I really hope the last 5 minutes are like Skillshare or whatever.
I hope so too. Chrome or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever Frome is. Whatever. Yeah, he's making money. I don't care. Go ahead.
When Grant learns that the dinosaurs are not only breeding,
don't pause. Just keep going.
But spontaneously changing sex in order to do it, it's not presented as something that either he or the audience are meant to balk at. We're in awe.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, because life finds a way, and that's the
way.
Yes.
This film can't only be read as a story about
fucking god. Keep going. No, don't pause on my account.
Patriarchy. It's also, maybe even more so, about achieving a new equilibrium through the eradication of traditional gender roles and the fluidity of sex and gender itself.
Oh, okay. That's too much. That's enough. That's enough.
Wait, what was that?
That was the dumbest thing he said so far. You want to hear that? Here we go.
Yeah, I want to hear that again.
I don't want to hear a story about they're not only breeding, but spontaneously changing sex in order to do it. It's not presented as something that either he or the audience are meant to balk at. We're in awe.
Okay.
Found a way.
This film can't only be read as a story about reasserting patriarchy. It's also, maybe even more so, about achieving a new equilibrium through the eradication of traditional gender roles and the fluidity of sex and gender itself. Or at least...
I'm bullshit on you. No, that's not what the film's about.
Are you saying, this guy's saying that Jurassic Park is supposed to make us want to like genetically engineer human beings too and change genders and stuff? This guy's creeping me out now. I'm getting creepy
I don't understand.
sci-fi vibes.
I don't understand how he just doesn't realize that you can come up with whatever bullshit you want to if you project hard enough.
This is like you talking about Star Wars, the Clone Wars, or whatever, and going, you know what? This is really a story about if humanity would just clone ourselves, we would be amazing at everything, and everyone would be happy. We'd all be one clone. We'd all be genetically the same. And no one would have any problems. Like, what?
Yeah, that's pretty much accurate.
The clones are a representation of social
masculinity.
Justice
See, this is the thing, Shiny. You like all these clones? What are you, some kind of patriarchy of clones? You want to support men of a certain race taking over the internet?
What I was saying. If you project hard enough, you can see any old bollocks in anything. Do you know why? Because it's in your fucking head. You are projecting. And how does he not see this? Because he has just projected one thing, and then he's just projected a completely other thing. So how is he not aware? He does not have any self-awareness. Do you not have a brain? Do you not think?
I think he's astral projecting to get these takes from aliens or something that want to convert us into clone troopers.
Yeah, I think I could stop. That was the hottest take I've ever.
You see, if you look in deep enough into here, the complete mess of art behind him.
If you look deep enough into your ass,
each line is a layer that is projected onto the art using artificial means. You see, we only see color because
Shiny.
we project
It's not a satire because what he's saying is crazier than anything you could come up with.
I know.
You can't even come close to what this guy can do.
You can't satire like this shit.
The movie is not only about reasserting patriarchy. It's also about how great transgenderism is. That's the takeaway here. And he got that from a dinosaur movie from his childhood.
From Spielberg. I remember Wolf ironically saying that if you look at Wolf and Alpha and Omega, it's secretly a film about transgenderism. And that's exactly what he's saying here, which is amazing.
I think he's figured it out. He's cracked the code. He sounds like a far rightist. Jurassic Park is just trying to teach people that genetic engineering is okay, but they won't let us have eugenics. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Oh god, I've definitely had too much.
No, this is enough. I think we've hit the limit here.
No. We need to see the last 5 minutes. We've gone this far. We might as well finish.
It's gonna get worse, guys. I'm gonna tell you.
That's the reason why Dunn wants to keep going. I get it.
Yes,
I get it.
Yes, because it's gonna be amazing.
Oh.
Just keep going.
All right, here we go.
No sense to me.
We're doing this for people.
Part 6. There's a
Part 6. You're gay.
Seriously, is Jurassic Park sexist or not?
How can it be sexist? You're praising it for so progressive, for being so advanced. What are you talking? Like what?
What planet did you come from, sir? And where can I get those drugs you're on?
Well, here's the thing. It's amazing, but it's also sexist. It's like, what?
It's the importance of transgenderism.
We have to remember that there are problematic things that we may have liked in the past, and it's okay to like them, as long as we admit that they're all racist and sexist.
It's like having this extremely manic depressive relationship, and you're like, oh, she's beautiful, she's amazing. She also tries to kill me in my sleep. It's like,
yes,
no,
yes.
It's not healthy.
That's exactly what it is.
How did you not get emotional scars from this morning? How did you not get emotional scars? That's my question.
I saw this suggestion at the start of the day. I was like, all right.
How bad could it be?
It can't be that. It's pretty long. He's got to have something of concrete to say. It's like, okay.
And then you realize, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
This came out last week. He's been sitting on this for 20 years. Is it the right time to talk about
it might be
transgenderism in Jurassic Park?
30 years. It might even be 30 years. Oh, never mind. It's when he saw it. Sorry. I was thinking about when the film came out. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, how's your kid? He's getting kind of old now. Oh, yeah, he's making these YouTube videos about how Jurassic Park is about patriarchy and transgenderism. Wow.
What?
You must be really proud of him. Yeah, totally.
No, he's the other son that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but seriously, is Jurassic Park sexist or not?
No,
Bellin does well to point out that the dominant political narrative at the time of the film's release was that traditional heteropatriarchal family values were under attack.
So you tell the opposition we stand for family values.
And there's no reason to think that political narrative had no effect on the film. I would argue that the preoccupation of the Jurassic Park
George Bush had an effect on it?
that are threatened by
Bush had a
Michael Crichton, what did you do?
Father-headed families that are threatened by, indeed, that come into existence through their battles with maternal forces. What is it with weird gender extremists and their men versus women phenomenon? Men and women are not. If we are in some sort of existential battle with each other, well, we're both losing, aren't we? Because we keep making up so much. We keep fucking each other. This is a problem.
If only men and women would stop fucking each other.
But then we could have peace and or the actual war that we're looking for. I don't know which one it is anymore because it's however I'm feeling today. How does it make you feel, Shiny? Makes me feel sexist inside.
I feel a little drunk.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you, drink some water as long as it's not masculine, and you'll be fine.
I need to stop drinking on these videos because that's my coping mechanism now.
You end up drinking too much?
Yeah, I just okay. Look, after that I need to drink. Okay, after that I need to drink. It's like taking shots.
That's why I don't do it anymore.
I need to stop. That's it.
Oh dear. Ethan C said, this guy said that Godzilla 98 was better than the 2014 movie.
Oh, wow. Okay, so shout out to all my Godzilla fans in the comments who will explode at hearing that. Godzilla 98 was really good. And then all the Godzilla fans come out of nowhere and start smashing Tokyo in response.
I just want this guy to be clear here. He thinks that Michael Crichton was inspired by George Bush.
Or the era of the time was all conservative, and somewhere he got conservative out of Crichton and Spielberg. I don't know how that works.
Sorry.
Heteropatriarchal normativization.
We're gonna skip. This is silly.
We need to finish it though. We can't let this video defeat us.
We'll just keep going. I'm just not gonna listen to it. It's just
through their battles with maternal forces places these films squarely in the dominant family values camp. The fact that family values discourse, or at least its torchbearers, lost in 1992 suggests the possibility of
we all lost?
Part of a program
all the people that care about family values just lost?
Ideological
Wait, 92? Was that Ross Perot? What the hell? What is he talking about?
What is he talking about? Family values didn't lose. It's just that the idea of Christianity being the source of things was taken out of the picture because it was interference between religion and like politics and stuff. That was really what it was. People were like, oh no, you're being a Jack Thompson, you're being all regressive and stuff. Artists should be left alone to do what they want to do, and we live in a secular society. I'm like, hell yeah, absolutely, go for it. But also, now you can't come around and cancel anything and do the exact same thing that these crazy Christians or whatever did. Cancel culture is just the secular version of this era. So it's funny to hear him talk about it like, haha, those stupid Christians and those stupid family values people, they lost. Now we can have drag queen story hour and you can't say anything. It's like, yeah, but you also can't say anything if I want to make something about Jesus coming back and kicking ass. You know what I mean? Jesus, and I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying that there's no principle here that's being adhered to.
Well, you think this guy has principles?
The only principles he's ever had have been in public school.
The winner of the election was in 92 was Bill Clinton.
Yeah, so Bush, that was when one of the Republicans got defeated, I guess. So when Bill Clinton won, that's when family values died. And he's like, haha, screw you, family values. Fatherhood is nothing but patriarchy. I bet he's got some skeletons in his closet. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Godzilla 98 is like, it's such a ripoff of Jurassic Park. It's not even funny.
It's also really insulting to all of the Godzilla fans who wanted an actual Godzilla movie.
Yeah, the behind the scenes commentary like of that is actually starkly like awful. Like just Roland Emmerich's like really like kind of meathead perspective on things.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh. Anyway, let's continue with Femosaurs.
Yeah, weird. Let's keep going. We need to defeat this.
The intensification of family
some
values
Japanese
discourse under perceived
lounge music in the background.
attack. And I mean, sure, I'll concede that Jurassic Park is definitely either a program to defend the putatively threatened ideological consensus of family values discourse, or
wow,
a pointed rejection
wow,
of
Woo! Whoa, hot take in the house.
We did it. That's the biggest one. That's the biggest one.
Give me a fire.
Okay, guys, we got 4 minutes left.
Let's go, Smud. Let's go, team. Yeah. Go.
Definitely one or the other.
So now the question is, are there any clues in the film itself to suggest that it's a rejection of conservative family values ideology? I believe that there are, and more. I think Bellin's the one who points them out for us.
Bellin ends with an analysis of the film's conclusion. The reclamation of patriarchy at the close of Jurassic Park is considerably less than convincing. In its chaotic final act, from the raptor's hunt to the reappearance of the Tyrannosaur, the film makes a merry hash of its own values, in large part by aping them mercilessly. Lex, briefly empowered within the kitchen, fights off the monsters, her weapons of choice a soup ladle and a dumbwaiter. Grant and Sattler, ineffectively barring the front door against a leering intruder, are upstaged by a preteen playing video games. games. And finally,
What-
just
what-
before the
not
family
playing
goes to escape
video
from the island,
games. It's a
Patriarch's
stupid
protective
graphic
shield is
file
spitefully
system.
exposed as tissue thin. As the raptors in the rotunda
Video
coil for
games.
the kill, Grant stations himself in front of Sattler and the children, a position that at best prepares him as a sacrificial lamb, only to be rescued by, of all things, a single woman in the shape of a cruising tyrannosaur.
My brain.
So the woman who's also a velociraptor was stopped by another woman who is also a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh,
My brain.
I hate it.
This is so stupid. This is one of the dumbest things.
I need some more water.
The climax of the movie or whatever, this scene it's the family is laid bare before feminism, which is a dinosaur, a Tyrannosaurus Rex,
and they eat themselves.
It's a great metaphor. I agree. So all of a sudden, I agree.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
women killing each other like weird feminist ladies going after that Star Wars girl.
Evil, cold-blooded women killing themselves over who's gonna eat the family. That makes sense.
Yeah,
You're right.
Take that,
It's
patriarchy. This film completely destroyed the patriarchy, guys.
All right, let's keep
Yeah,
going. We
wait,
got this. We got this, boys. We're almost at the Skillshare Patreon.
Well,
whatever.
remember, we're at the 3-minute mark. Once we get to the 2-minute mark, then we got to be careful. So
Yeah, it's gonna go insane.
The family system is not secured. The domestic scene that concludes the film cannot veil the fact that loose women remain on the prowl. Their matriarch-
Oh my God! Tyrannosaurus Rexes are loose women.
let me go back to
What are you talking about, dude?
My brain.
Loose women are on the prowl, everybody. Get your kids inside.
Hide your
They're gonna
kids,
eat
hide
you.
your wife.
We've all been reduced to piddling funnels of laughter. This is like majorly
What does Chad have to say about that? I bet they're laughing at home.
Oh, they're yelling. Okay, let me read it out. Hello, everybody. What are we watching? Oof. Simzilla Gunhead. Alex Halo, welcome to hell.
Yes.
Big bro little sis. This is honestly sexist, conflating women with flesh-hungry animals.
Cold-blooded lizards. Genetically
show up-
engineered by men to be entertainment for families. Anyway, let's finish this. Let's blow this thing and go home.
The domestic scene that concludes the film cannot veil the fact that loose women remain on the prowl. Their matriarchal ability to shake the controls of patriarchy, hatching sequels to try the marrow and sinews of fresh fathers.
Whoa.
Fresh fathers.
How does this guy not just become self-aware and realize that? At what point did he watch this video back and just think, well, wait a minute, what I'm saying is completely asinine? I'm saying that a Tyrannosaurus Rex is an allegory for wild females on the loose.
Wow, bro.
need
These
to
whores
get-
out here, boys.
I
You got to be on
I
the
need-
prowl. If you're a young father, they'll eat your bone marrow up.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Oh god, my brain.
All right, let's go.
Rex says you're in the area. Look for love. 1800 raw.
1-800.
Yeah.
Let's finish this.
All right. That's good.
Highlighting Jurassic Park's inability to prove its own regressive themes, or these aren't the film's actual themes at all. We're kind of straying outside the
Whoa.
Yes. No, he's onto something. He's onto something. Don't stop him. He's onto something. He may be gaining self-awareness. I want to see this. Please.
He's about to pull a mea culpa, right? He's about to say everything I said was complete bullshit.
That's going to be amazing if that's true.
Please.
That would be That'd be stellar. I think that'd be.
If he says he's just projecting all this, I will congratulate him. I'll go over there and subscribe right now.
Yeah.
If he says everything he just said was bullshit, I'm gonna give him a like and subscribe, please.
Okay. I am now going to buy this book simply for the purpose of reacting to it.
If this turns out to be satire, I'm gonna take my hat off.
Or it's
I'm a formal film criticism with all these value judgments all of a sudden, but I don't care. I love this movie, and I'm here to defend it in my own small little way. Close readings have their uses, to be sure, but they're never supposed to
Go back.
And
he said, I'm confused now.
So yeah, Bellin's definitely either highlighting Jurassic Park's inability to prove its own regressive themes, or these aren't the film's actual themes at all. We're kind of straying outside the realm of formal film criticism with all these value judgments all of a sudden, but I don't care. I love this movie, and I'm here to defend it in my own small little way. Close readings have their uses, to be sure, but they're never supposed to supplant the big picture. And if Tumblr's taught me anything, it's that Queen Rex is one of the most celebrated, non-binary, gender-fluid icons in all of movie history.
What? Okay, so I thought he was going to be.
It's gotta be satire. This can't be real.
He said maybe this is not in the film at all, and then he just drops it. He didn't.
Again, if this is think Shiny, his love of Star Wars, gone to the extreme, and then add in feminism, add in whatever this crazy critic said, and just run with it.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you mean like the guy who cried at the Star Wars trailer?
I guess. I want this. I don't know what is going on.
Let me just read that. Hear that line one more time. That was crazy.
Sure, but they're never supposed to supplant the big picture. And if Tumblr's taught me anything, it's that Queen Rex is one of the most celebrated, non-binary, gender-fluid icons in all of movie history.
Yeah, he said that. Okay.
Is that what? Oh, wait. So that's his defense. So he's saying, guys, it's not anti-thing. It's all about feminism. I love this movie. Stop attacking it. Here's why it's good. That's what he's doing.
Because the Tyrannosaurus Rex is non-binary.
This is ad in 4 seconds.
Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. It's obviously that, transgender guys. Come on. It's all good. It's all feminist. It's anti-TERF. I'm cool. Don't attack me. I'm one of you guys. Come on.
Gosh, this is so funny.
I guess if you watch whatever those runway queens, I guess that's like nothing compared to Queen T-Rex here.
I guess. Let's finish this thing.
We're at the 2 minute mark. Oh, we're almost at the 2 minute mark. This is where it gets really crazy. Here we go.
This video was sponsored.
Yes, we're done. Yes,
we did it, boys. What was it sponsored by? Skillshare.
Chrome.co. Ever since I graduated college, I've always wanted to decorate my apartment based on my taste in movies. But hanging up a poster always
oh my god, dude.
Movies right behind you. Such great, exquisite taste of a lot of lines. Yes. Look at all these lines and how deep it is. It's symbolic for how ogres have layers.
It's literally just the gradient tool in Photoshop.
What someone's done.
We're done.
Is they've got a bunch of random paints, and then they've gotten a scraper, and they've just scraped it all the way up the canvas.
What is he talking about?
Art that takes place during the day. Others are just hilarious to me because they're exactly what you'd expect. Like check out Interview with a Vampire or anything directed by Chris Nolan. The other thing I like so much about From is their selection. Sure, they've all got the broy favorites like Star Wars and Pulp Fiction.
What?
That's Star Wars.
Okay, this is crazy. This is like what?
What the heck is this? I now want to watch the entirety of this stupid ad.
Yeah, okay, let's just watch this ad. So he's saying that these are color palettes from films: The Lion King, Interstellar, Blade Runner, Avengers,
Titanic.
This is, oh my god, it's literally modern art. It is modern art.
The beauty of a movie in just one canvas. What?
Oh, is this like every frame?
Yeah, like every frame condensed to just That, I guess. I don't know.
I love James Moore saying, wait, back up to the beginning.
But hanging up a poster always felt a little too dorm roomy, and even fan art can feel a little weird hanging over your kitchen table. But now there's From. From produces beautiful, high-quality canvas prints at near 8K resolution that depict the chromatic.
Oh, near
chronology.
8K? Really? Okay. This color, it's an 8K.
What the heck?
Good for you,
all
kid.
the lines, but I want to actually know if this is actually all the frames from the film. I mean, it's not going to make a difference. It's still a bunch of
From
fucking
their website, the canvases you see are movies condensed into chronological color strips. The movie begins with a single color strip at the start of the canvas to the left and ends with the last strip to the right. Can you guess what this one is?
Okay,
It's
so it's not the
Jurassic Park.
frames. It's not the frames then. It's just colors. But what's choosing these colors? That's my question.
This has got to be the dumbest thing I've seen for art.
This
Take
is
a
not
film.
art, people.
Oh
This is
my!
not.
This is. You need to make this frame the thumbnail of the video, Smud. This is the perfect thumbnail for this.
Yeah, it really is.
Let me just screen capture that.
Oh man, this is perfect.
Look at this. This is Jurassic Park, guys.
I love Jurassic Park so much, guys.
I've got every single frame compressed into art. That's how much I love the film. I mean, if I actually felt like all the frames were compressed into this, I think it'd look a lot less interesting. And I think this is probably still not very interesting.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious.
It's a good way to end,
There's no.
end our thing.
This isn't art. This is modern art, and modern art is shit.
I'm impressed though. He actually put it on topic, so it's like, all right, he's got Jurassic Park
works.
behind him. Yeah.
Nobody would have guessed though. Who would have guessed that is the
this in the
frame?
back of his other videos, though? No, it's not. Okay.
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that is Jurassic Park?
More purple than I would have expected. See this green strip here? That's the Gallimimus stampede.
Oh,
And see
it's
this
the
light blue?
frames.
Pretty sure that's when Nedry steals the embryos. When I first found these things, I spent an hour scrolling through every single film I'd ever seen before on their website. Because not only are they beautiful pieces,
They're not beautiful.
They're not
They're not
art.
beautiful. It's just
They're
random
just a
fucking
series-
colors. It's just random fucking colors. I'm calling bullshit. This is random fucking colors.
Well, that's why they can get away with it.
There's no form. That you just a computer. Let's compress every single frame into this fucking thing, and the computer goes, "Oh, you'll do it," and it's just instantly. It's just it's not. It's not art. There's no talent. There's no creativity.
Can you
involved.
imagine going to
There's like
someone's
fucking frames.
apartment and going, "Well, this is every frame in Star Wars Attack of the Clones."
Jurassic Park.
Hey,
This
Bill, what is this? Oh, that's Jurassic Park. Oh, okay. Got it. Are you okay there, Bill?
Look at this blue
No,
strip.
everything's good.
Look at this
My favorite
blue
movie's
strip
about
here.
transgender rhinoceros, though. I just found out. Watched this great video about it.
Well, yeah, considering most of the scenery outside, wouldn't it be more green?
This might be the dumbest part of the video.
This is amazing. This is yes, as I said, I was expecting this, but this was like again, the last 2 minutes are insane, and this is this guy spent money on this.
This guy, oh man.
Not a poster, not a a lithograph or.
But you can't. You'd have to have the rights. This you don't have to have the rights for. You can just say, "Oh yeah, it's all the colors."
You see,
And like I
here,
said, I don't
if
think
you
that's what it is.
watch
It looks like the gradient tool or whatever, just to
Yeah.
set to a different standard in Photoshop.
They could totally do that. They could probably get away with that. It's like, oh yeah, it's totally Empire Strikes Back, guys.
And it's not. It's just a bunch of random colors.
It looks like Solo is just a series of various shades of brown because the film looks like mud.
Oh, it's because the film's shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That too.
Yeah,
that
so
too.
it
Let's
would
go
be
with that.
black. It's all dark.
All right.
Pieces of art. They also reveal some interesting things about the films. Take Halloween.
Mhm.
I don't know what I expected when I first clicked on it, but when I saw this, I thought, I guess the second quarter of the film is the only part that takes place during the day. Others are just hilarious to me because they're exactly what you'd expect. Like, check out Interview with a Vampire or anything directed by Chris Nolan.
I don't care.
Guys, let's keep going with this anarchy.
The other thing I like so much about From is their selection. Sure, they've all got the bro-y favorites like Star Wars and Pulp Fiction, but they've also
Bro-y?
got stuff like The Birdcage, Legally Blonde, Showgirls.
Do you know why
and
they
add
have
new ones
fucking everything? Do you know why they have fucking everything? Because they just get a computer to do it in like 5 seconds. The computer just puts every frame in. It's like 5 seconds. It's very quick render. And there's no art, there's no creativity, there's no time, there's no passion.
It's a great
there's
grift,
no fucking
though.
passion in this art.
He's making bits money, though.
When a fan,
It's a
when
good
this
scam,
artist
yeah.
goes out and they actually spend all this time painting this wonderful, elegant horse, jumping about in a field, and they spend hours upon hours.
No, who cares about that? It's all about
shading
money.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that I'm only thinking of this now. I could make bank off of this because these people are idiots and would buy anything.
Look, here's an art. Here's another one. Hey, look, we keep making them because we just plug a film in there and automatically we have artwork.
This is digitizing the modern art movement, pretty much.
It is.
We just got a super chat of Brony Erosion said Raptors and dresses when.
Yeah.
Let's finish this.
All the time based on customer suggestions. By the time this video is up, they'll have added another 40 to their collection. So if you're in the market for an expertly stylized
why
canvas
they're
art
adding 40 to the
that
collection?
reveals as much about the films themselves as it does your own taste in movies, head on over to Foam.com.
How does it reveal your own taste in movies, sir?
What? Nobody knows what movie you got.
Yeah. I don't think it reveals much of anything.
I think it reveals very much about him, though.
Yeah, I think I'll take it back. You're completely right.
That
it reveals so much. It reveals he's a fucking moron.
Oh, just like me.
Yeah,
watching this video.
Oh no, Glib, you're not an idiot. You are not in the same league as him. This man's
You're right. I'm a
pretentious
moron.
hipster.
It's very similar,
You're-
but it's like
this
metric to Fahrenheit.
Red Lightning.
this
Lightning
level
said.
below idiot. He is on the pretentious hipster level.
Oh,
Red
excellent.
Lightning. He just put a bunch of slashes in the chat, and he says, "Guys, I made art."
You did. It's great. That I believe that's that is a representation of the Social Network.
Was he Clockwork Orange by a feminist? Probably.
All right. I think we've had enough, boys.
Yeah.
No.
We beat this.
We need to finish this. No. We don't finish it.
Oh, there's more. There's still more.
There's 46.
All right, finish it.
40
Let's just finish it off then. Hurry up.
Slash
What are you waiting for?
Cold Crash Pictures. I'll put a link in the description below, where you can get 10% off your order by using the discount code ColdCrash10. That's from.co/hashtag Cold Crash Pictures. Discount code ColdCrash10 off.
These things cost hundreds of dollars.
So I'm a woman.
They cost hundreds of dollars, guys.
Wow.
Oh my god, he spent $100. No, he didn't spend $100. They probably sent it for free.
He's shilling 100 or whatever dollars.
I am.
They paid.
I should have thought of this. I should have thought of this weeks ago. I could have been making bank.
Yeah, you should have thought of it, but you didn't, because you know why? You're not a bad person.
No, I'm not a pretentious hipster.
No. Dunn is a bad person because he's part of the sexist racist podcast.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and also I'm a bad person because I'm a sadist because I subject the people on my team to bad videos.
Did we make it all the way through the video?
Pretty much, yeah. Now it's the
100%. I want the 100%. I want completion.
Just mute the music. Just mute the music.
Okay, yeah. Just mute the music. All right, we
He's
almost
got an
got
outro. Look at that.
Look,
Oh,
come on.
he's got an outro. It's like his fucking intro.
Cold
my
Crash
God.
Pictures.
Oh my
we
god.
won.
Cold
We
Crash.
defeated it. We have defeated this video.
We made it. Yes.
Yay!
I blame you, chat.
God.
Hey look, Marla plays Last of Us 4. Hey gays.
This is how he views movies through his lenses. Yes, John Doe, the
I
average
want to
Joe.
point out that while watching this, someone recommended that we watch Xander. It's like no.
Fuck no.
Why would I
No.
ever watch Xander?
I'm not gonna watch BreadTube. BreadTube is terrible.
Oh, remember when Xander started saying, it's like, hey guys, remember when I went on Smudboy stream and I completely decimated Jeremy? If someone could go and find that stream for me, because I'm fucking lazy, and if they could clip me destroying Jeremy, it's like, what the fuck?
No, thank you. You don't want to have it. You don't want to have this fucking debate.
he wasn't sexist because he had women on his channel, guys. That was his defense. Like, having women on a channel is a defense for being sexist.
All right, Shiny, stop channeling the idiocy. Let's not do this.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Shiny and Glib show.
No,
as
it's
usual.
not channeling the sexist, but not channeling the social justice, because that's legitimately what he said. I'm just quoting.
I know you. Why did you repeat what I just said?
Oh, my brain.
Thanks for tuning in, because my mic just died on me, and I don't know if that is anything spiritually connected to the actual content we were watching. But
oh shit.
I'm using my backup, so I'll probably have to go shopping for a new mic soon, and hopefully you guys can tolerate me in the next few days as I make videos with this backup mic.
It doesn't sound too bad.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but I do appreciate all the time and patience. That was longer than I was expecting. It was a 30-minute video, so yeah.
Well, it was only 30. Well, it's like 3 minutes, 10 minutes per hour. Yeah. 10 minutes per hour.
I'm going to recommend this to Mahler. I'm sure he'll. Well, I don't know if he's going to care, but it's like, oh dear, what a scary interpretation of a popcorn munching film in the 90s, which is rather entertaining and rather fun to watch.
I'm more concerned about how people are like families are bad. Defending the family and family values are bad. Like, okay, I think you mean the exact same thing we mean.
Fatherhood is bad, guys.
I think he mostly agreed, but he also disagreed with some of the statements.
Well, he had to agree with the statements because he had to be like on the the right political side. But then he slowly slipped in his own arguments of how progressive the film is. But equally projecting.
So basically, to all my fathers out there, be on the lookout for loose women represented by Tyrannosaurus Rex. They'll eat you up.
That was the best moment.
Hide your wife. Oh yeah, Smud. I'm sure you'd be happy to know that everyone who's seen the second D&D animated, you're the star of the show now.
Oh joy! Thank you.
Everyone's saying that you're their favorite part.
All right. I'm going to head out right now, I think.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for staying with us.
Can I just plug?
I'm going to have to edit the description to get links to everyone that was in the video today because I had to rush this one together. But thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.
Let's Shiny plug really quick. Because
go ahead.
Yeah, today I just released the second episode of D&D Animated, which is the sessions we've been doing over on LiteratureDevil channel, which has been re-uploaded on my channel, where we play through a D&D story which LitDev has came up with. Smud Boy's involved. Glib, you've played a little bit.
I'll be back in there.
Radio. And yeah, it's been really fun, and everyone's been really enjoying the animation so far. So go check out my channel.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you have any suggestions, come to the Discord, come to the suggestions channel, dump them in there. We'll be happy to read them and vote on them and see if we're going to cover them. We always appreciate your ideas, and we'll do our best to get back to you on them. So thanks for listening. Have yourself a great evening.